Hello, everybody. Good evening, good day, whatever time you are. Hello, good to see you again. Welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. My name is Barry. I will be your DM for this session, and we have a wonderful group of people around us. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Anne. I play Carla Lila Cott, the Inquisitive College of Spirits Bard.
And I'm Daniel. I am playing John Varenthal, the Righteous Paladin of Midnight.
And I'm Marissa. I am playing Casario, the beautiful but very dark Aesmar cleric.
Beautiful and deadly.
If you've, if you've never visited our place before, we post weekly recordings of our playthrough on of the Curse of Strahd on YouTube. And as you might notice, if you are live with us right now, we're also live on Twitch. If you're curious about what we do, if you want to see all of our socials where we post other cool things about, well, Dungeons and Dragons and about our campaign, please go to thegildedflask.com or check below, or I believe on YouTube on that side, and anywhere like around this video for all of our socials. As we are still relatively new, we don't have any sponsors just yet, but if you want to sponsor us, you know where to find us. But we do have a couple of awesome people that we'd like to shout out. First of all, Dichandra and Paradox for their amazing character art that you will be seeing in this playthrough. Perrin King, James RPG Art, and DM Andy for creating the wonderful maps and content that we will be using. And then we have Tabletop Audio, Scott Buckley, Phoenix Music, and Alexander Nakarada for the great musical scores that we have in the background. There's so many more people, but these people deserve a legendary shout out right there. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening.
I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now.
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
I believe I'm repeating myself every single week when I see this intro, and I know it's our own intro, and I think we have already collectively seen it 100 times, but damn, that's a good intro.
If it hits, it hits.
It is. If you are wondering, by the way, who made that, who was the artistic, like the amazing artist that made that, that is our own Marissa. She made that, so props Marissa for making that amazing intro. So in love with that. So, last week, oh my, what did you do last week? Well, last week, you guys got into a bit of a pickle.
We almost
because
died.
you were in the death house.
Little one.
You were in the death house, and you were asked to make a sacrifice, and you didn't, and you got Lorgoth the Decayer coming after you, a large... Well, to a degree, you didn't make a sacrifice.
We made a
Puppy died.
sacrifice.
It just wasn't on the altar.
I won't be held accountable for my actions.
Yeah, but you had a puppy that expired, and other than that, Lorgoth tried to kill you, but he didn't because you escaped the death house, and beautifully so. That was very tense. It was very energetic. It was very scary at times. But you made it. You made it all the way outside. And unless my memory is wrong, you guys were standing outside the death house looking around where to go next, and you saw flickering lights close by that would indicate that there is a town over there. So I would say, do you guys want to start in front of the death house to talk, or were you guys en route to that village?
We were en route to the village, I believe.
Then I will give you that. Walking towards the village, it's still subtly rainy, a bit misty. It's the weather isn't favorable over here. It's not exactly cold or warm, but it's just constantly dreary is what it is. As you walk away from the death house, you might throw a cursory glance over your shoulder at the house, and the house was ablaze last time, right? When you were inside, the house was crashing down in parts. It was ablaze. There were things broken. The house is standing there as if you guys have never visited it before. It's as if nothing ever happened, even though you guys have lasting memories from this. You got your stuff back from it, though, so that is something. You walk towards the lights, and as you get closer and closer to that, the weather clears just a little bit to give you a bit of a view on what you are approaching. Because as you approach this village in front of you, the mist in the distance clears a little bit and shows you a little bit of an empty street with very far in the distance a castle looming on an outcropping of a mountain. It isn't necessarily a pretty sight. It's actually pretty much a very dreary sight because of the rain, because of the way that the road looks. Everything is so down. You're at the edge of this village right now, and I ask you, what do you do?
So where is the house relative to where we're standing?
You've been walking for about 10-15 minutes. So if you look back, you should still be able to very vaguely make out the house, but it is really on the outskirts of this village. It's it's not far away, but it is. You've been walking for about 10-15 minutes.
Signs of life is always good.
Do we see
An inn.
people?
We need a bin.
Sorry, you're not looking so well. Are you feeling up to? Are you okay with moving around like this? You look. It was a rough battle.
I'll be fine. Thanks to both of you. Thank you. Saved my life.
You saved us a tenfold in return. It's no trouble.
It's good to have reliable
People?
teammates. Start walking forward.
Oh, wait, before we go, don't trust anyone here. I think you probably already know that, but this is it's a very dark place.
I mean,
Hey.
small ghostly children and Lugari aside, I don't have any reason to distrust anyone yet.
We find him.
Oh, he's getting the shit beat out of him, yes. Besides that, trusting people in general isn't really my strong suit. So I think we'll be okay. Though taverns, inns, places like that usually have very simplistic goals, and those goals are get money from people. I have some coin in my purse. Let's find a room for the night, fully rest up, and venture out to find a windmill or some form of authority figure in the morning. Figure out what the fuck is going on here, and hopefully maybe ask around about your mother? People in this town might have seen her.
Try, but I feel that perhaps we put a bit of a target on our backs.
Yeah.
She might have made a bit of a stir while she was here.
Very well.
I'll put my hood up, kind of tuck my hair back.
John does nothing to hide anything that he is. Starts walking forward.
Into this color.
Yeah, and I'll also use thaumaturgy to change my eyes from purple to brown.
Fair. Okay. As you walk forward, the description that I just gave, the whole dreariness, like really settles on you. Looking at the buildings that you see, like on the edge of the village over here, either some people have already gone to bed or something, but some of those buildings look so run down that you question if there's even anyone living there, so to speak. Some of them look empty. They look uninhabited. Some of them have light coming out, though, so that gives you a little bit of hope. If you look down this street, you notice that a little whiles further, it splits up into more streets. So this is just the edge of the village, and these seem to just be houses. There's no tavern here just yet.
Are there any people or any signs of life? Any creatures?
You haven't seen any just yet.
Okay.
I'm going to continue until I see a tavern. It's my goal.
Carla, as you stand where you are right now, you notice around the corner is a villager that was just coming around the corner from the backside of this house. And you lock eyes with him. And he looks at you and he says,
Hi. We are tourists in the area. And, we're just looking for a place to stay for the night. Any taverns, inns around?
Taverns? Yes. Just move on, please. Just a little further.
Left or right? Is it down a side street or is it just forward?
He points like in the direction you were already headed.
Thank you. What's your name?
Why?
So I can thank you.
Hello, why? I'm John.
Oh, why? Oh, I completely misinterpreted that. Oh, lovely name. Thank you, why? Moving on our way.
Wanted to go for Garrick, but sure. I think this actually constitutes a roll, so that's
amazing.
A surprise right there.
All right, everybody. I believe we are. You mean a roll for psychic save?
Oh yes, yeah, no, like you earned that.
Lovely. Thank you, John.
All right. If you type in exclamation point and save. So this is for everyone who's currently watching us on Twitch, and if you're watching us on YouTube, we do have this interesting mechanic on Twitch. Whenever we say something not so funny, we have the ability to roll for a psychic save, and if you save, something good might happen. We'll get more into that as time goes on, I suppose, if you guys want to explain more about it.
What was the command over here in the chat? Was exclamation mark save, right?
Saves. But yeah, it should work with save, but it doesn't seem to work, so saves.
Oh, good. And if you join our Discord, you can hopefully find the channel that you need to do that in, which is called the Roll for Damage under the Live section. So feel free to go there and use your roll command to see what you got. It'll be open for the next 5 minutes.
And in the future, we're probably not going to give this much of a spiel about it. It's more along the lines of, this is the first time we're doing it. In the future, we're just going to say roll for psychic save.
Yep. And if you have questions about that, of course, feel free to reach out to us in Discord, because we're there. We're there to answer your questions, of course. So, that being said, I rolled a 20, by the way, so I got my first crit on that.
Are you rolling in the channel?
I know I rolled it physically because I'm not going to roll in the channel, simply because I don't want to participate in the giveaway.
I rolled a 20 in the channel. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have done it.
You're going to win your own giveaway.
Oh, God. Blade, please, if anyone who wants to do this, go to the rules channel. It will have a better explanation of how to participate in this going forward. And right now, we're sort of in the temporary phase, so don't stress too much about if it doesn't work out immediately. We'll get this working. Anyway.
So, let's continue. So, Y, we'll just call him Y right now, is keeping his eyes locked on you as you pass by.
I sort of give him the side eye as we're walking, holding The weapon just like...
He does the exact same thing back to you.
Okay. Very comforting place they've got here. I'm gonna walk behind Carla.
You seem to be doing quite well with the locals.
Well, he just sort
Enough,
of like
John.
Casariel, as you pass by, he also looks at you. Do you look back at him?
Absolutely.
Okay, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 13. Passive insight is 15.
Wow. As a matter of fact, we'll go with insight on that one then, because that is actually very valid here. You look at him as you pass by, and you notice that he does... Which you'd have to notice it to notice it. He looks at you, and his eyes widen very quickly for a second. And then he tries to just look at you again normally. But you notice this.
I'm going to take my hood down a second and release thaumaturgy. Let my eyes flash purple. They're going to go back to brown and then put my hood back up. Menacing.
He takes a step back immediately and looks at the ground.
Keep walking.
I let my eyes flash purple menacingly.
Menacing
It's like
purple.
a menacing purple. Yeah, not this pretty
a
purple.
color description. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I mean, that would be pretty scary, though. You know?
She's a big buff lady. So, like, ooh.
Yeah.
Moving up the alleyway, you notice that you are getting into the center of town. A little way up ahead is a crossroads, which splits into various directions. All around you are houses. Some are lit, some are dim. All of them seem to be houses. A little ways further up the road, there is a rather large building. It doesn't look like a bar or anything, but it's rather large. And then further down the road is just more houses.
As we're looking around, is there any signposts, anything that shows that this is a place that, like, anything that has any form of writing on it?
Not over here. No, it's empty.
Okay. And I'm going to continue on.
I'm just going to follow along behind Carla. Is it okay if I don't move my token just every, 10 feet? Or can I just say I'm walking behind Carla?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to, continue
Carla?
forward. Yes?
You just passed by a rather large building. You are actively looking around for any signage or something, right?
Yeah, anything that could indicate tavern or even like a town hall, stuff like that.
All right. So as you go over here somewheres, and you're looking left and right for any signage, you notice a sign towards the south in the large building that you've just passed.
Mm-hmm.
There is a entrance over there, and a rather large sign looming above that has some writing on it. It's hard to read, but there is some writing on it.
I'm going to start making my way towards it to see what it says.
All right. The sign itself, now you get closer to it, says Bildrath's Mercantile.
A shop's as good as an inn. Usually they have dual business. Found a shop. Should we pop in, see if we can get any lay down on the locals? For coin, a lot of shopkeepers talk a lot of shit.
I'm just going to take a quick glance behind me. Is there anybody following me? That guy that looked at us crazy? Is he back there?
Seems to be completely empty.
All right.
Well, I'm going to make my way inside the shop if it's open.
The door is closed.
Give it a knock.
You hear a voice from inside. Yes, welcome. Come on in.
Try to open again.
The door opens.
Yeah, excellent.
And it opens up into a rather large shop with a lot of things littered around. It's one of those messy shops where this almost looks like a pawn shop, really, like an old rundown pawn shop. Behind the counter, there is a dashing man standing there with a wonderful ring beard and very energetic eyes peering at you as you come in. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome to Beleaguered.
So I'm going to trot my little character up towards the desk, and I presume it's like a little bit too tall, so I'm going to like pop my chin up on it and do this. And I'm going to say, so we're new around here. Tourists just checking in for a little while, checking out the area. And we're wondering, is there any taverns nearby that could take us in for the night?
If you're thirsty, you should try the Blood of Divine Tavern. Yes, it's a little bit more down the road, and he points north.
A little more down the road. Okay. Everyone here is little unspecific with directions. But we'll continue on if we know there's one here. What is the most interesting thing you have to sell?
Oh, everything for the right price. Everything is interesting, yes?
Well, but surely there's something very, very interesting. Something that you just save special customers.
All for very special customers I have. And he looks below, behind the counter, and he's rummaging through some things, and he comes up and he says, "You seem like very special customer, yes?"
I am. I've been told that many a time.
For very special customer, I have this. And he puts down a fishing tackle.
How much?
This is something special. Well, it is a very special piece. It's a family piece. I would part with this for, let's say, 2 gold.
Done.
What was it? A fishing
Pop there,
tackle?
2 gold.
Fishing tackle, you said?
Fishing tackle.
I'm going to slide 2 gold across the table and take the tackle.
Cool. All right. Done. You can add a fishing tackle to your inventory. I hate to part with this for, family reasons, but glad that you see quality when you see it. Done deal. Hand over.
Yeah. Slide it across.
What
And just
about
before he
weapons?
takes it... Yes, go on.
What was that, Secretarial?
What about weapons? Do you have any swords?
I don't sell any weapons. I would love to sell weapons, but we've had trouble, you see, selling weapons and nasty customers and all that. But I sell everything else, everything for the right price. You see, like you are someone who has an eye for quality.
Do I?
Oh, yes. I also buy items, he says, as he looks at your necklace.
It's nice.
For the right price, I buy. Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you for that knowledge. It's good to know.
What about that necklace that you're wearing? Surely just a necklace is a necklace, but, 2 gold is more useful in these lands than just a necklace.
I'm going to look at Carla and see if she's done with the deal that she wanted to do before I open my mouth again. I'm just going to do a real forced smile.
Carla?
Oh, that's... that necklace. When things are so one of a kind that not even money can be put on them. That's one of those. Yes. But I did,
Yeah?
I did have this, and I'm going to take the reel, and I'm going to take, the tackle, I'm going to, slip it behind my back, very obviously, and slip it out with one hand, and then slip it back, and I'm like, for the right price, I'm selling this ancient family heirloom that I just acquired.
And you put the fishing tackle on the...
Yeah, I'm trying to sell back the fishing tackle.
Cool. And he looks at this and he says, "This looks like one of a kind. Interesting."
Oh, yes.
It seems lately a lot of fishing tackle seems to be coming through my shop, but I'm interested in them. If they are special, I would be interested.
How special is this one? How would you price it? Someone's selling it.
It almost seems magical in nature, untarnished, unused. I would say... Oh... Let's say 2 silver.
Well, you know, that's just not an acceptable price. Okay, and I'm going to take it back. And I'm going to put my kind of arms up again, and I'm going to say, you know, fishing tackles, necklaces, they're all very fun to buy and sell, I suppose, but I'm very interested in stories. Does this place have any interesting stories? And I do collect them, and I'm going to kind of take out some gold from my pocket again and kind of twirl it through my fingers and say, for the right
He's
price.
interested.
Interesting figures, interesting people, interesting legends.
There are many, many stories and legends in these parts, lassie. What would you like to know? What would you like to know? Something about our Lord over there, or perhaps something about the land, or perhaps something about the village. There are so many stories.
Let's hear about that lord. I'm going to pop it down and pass it over.
He's an interesting man. He's the owner of these lands. He came here long time ago. Very long time ago. Nobody knows how long ago. But he rules with a fair hand and makes sure that everybody gets what they deserve, is what I heard.
Do you feel that way, personally?
Oh, yes.
Have you met him?
No.
What are the descriptions of him? Is he handsome?
Oh, from what I've heard, yes, he is quite handsome, yes. He's one of those lords that if you see him, you'll recognize him. Everyone else here, except for me, of course, but everyone else here is so drab, so sad, so they don't care. And then there is our Lord, a shining example of a gentleman, other than me, of course. You'll recognize him when you see him. Oh, yes.
So a handsome lord who's a gentleman, and yet no lady. Surely his personality must be absolutely atrocious then.
I wouldn't dream of saying that it is. You know, being a lord of lands is a quite daunting task. It requires a lot of patience and discipline. Perhaps he is just very busy with his work and he doesn't have time for an actual lady. I don't know. I am just a shopkeeper.
Well, thank you for your information. We will take it to the Blood Divine Tavern. Shall we go? Unless any of you want to purchase any amazing products, and I look down at the fish tackle that I've gotten.
You Bildrith, then? Is it your place?
Oh, yes. Yes, this is my shop. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's better than most of the other places here.
Never seen its equal.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, there is no equal. I'm the only shop in town.
Should get some swords.
Hmm?
Should get some swords. You know, some weaponry.
Oh, yes. I agree, but it's so hard to get weapons these days. Every once in a while, there are adventurers that pass by, and when they are so courteous, we can sometimes buy some weapons from them. But few and far in between, we have to be very careful with that. You understand, of course. Yes. Not just
Go on.
If you ever find your way into getting some javelins, there's an interested party.
javelins. Those are those throwing things, yeah?
Yeah, I recently lost mine.
Yes, things do seem to get lost along the way in these lands. It happens. But yes, seeing as you will be here for quite a long time, you would do well to stock up on anything you can find, like these javelins, for example. Yes.
What was your name again, sir?
Bildrath.
Ildrath. Do you happen to know, we're looking for our friend Lungari. Said he was passing through here. Do you happen to know?
When you mention his name, his face grows a little dimmer, and he's like, "Oh yes, it's another trader, but he's traveling. He doesn't own any shop. He just travels around and he trades. He's one of those Vistani."
Okay.
Oh, yes, we counted a couple of them before we headed over here. I mean, they told us to show up and see what's going on in this place, interesting stories and the like. You say many adventurers pass through here. Do any of them sprout these nonsense stories about a house full of dead children?
Never heard of it.
It's not like a local legend, local haunting place. No, okay.
Never
Very well.
heard of it. Ghosts? Haunted? No. Unless you mean the ghost at the cemetery, that is a whole different story.
It's a ghost at the cemetery. Tell me about it. Gold out across the table.
There we go. That's all we needed. Now, you don't have this from me. But if you wait until the stroke of midnight at the cemetery, you will see something that is pretty interesting if you haven't seen it before. To us, it's an everyday occasion, but to you, it might be very special.
Oh. I like stories. I like collecting them. So if I pass by here again, you pick up some for me? Anyone that pops in, asks interesting things, let me know when I come back, and there'll be reward.
If anyone is courteous enough to grace my shop, I will be sure to ask.
I'm going to give him a little wink and kind of trot over to the other two. That went well.
Not a huge fan of cemeteries, but yes, interesting.
Oh, I quite like them.
I'm gonna look over Carla's head and this
Hard to do.
Lungari. Does he have any family around here?
They seem to all be connected as a one big family, these Vistani. They travel around, but they have a couple of places that they usually frequent.
Oh.
You could try by the pool. They often set up camp there.
And they would know this Lungari if we mention him?
I don't know. I don't try to meddle with these people. They're dangerous.
Hmm.
How so?
I mean,
Well-
they left us in the forest and stole up all of our equipment.
Shh, no, we're tourists.
There you go.
We're tourists.
What?
We're tourists, John. We're tourists who are looking for fun. We haven't been through traumatic experiences. People tend to not like people who go through traumatic experiences.
Everyone over here seems to be going through traumatic experiences. That is part of life in Barovia.
But not us, no. We're completely normal tourists, yes. We have this book, 101 Things to Visit in Barovia. I think it would be, that's what we're trying to follow, really.
Yes, I found it.
Interesting. Where perhaps did you find that book?
In a house that was burning down. There were some children. Terrible. On the side of the road. He's gonna look at Carla like.
That Lingari gave it to us and told us to come here. You know how it is.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, he does.
Perhaps-
he does.
Perhaps
a lot
I
of,
can take a look. I do like books.
Don't damage it.
No, that's a book. You're not getting it. You clearly don't know the value of items. I mean, this fishing tackle, 2 gold worth, a family heirloom, and you priced it at 2 silver. I mean, I'm going to put it away.
Well, it's your loss if you don't want to sell it for 2 silver. You might be needing it at some point.
Do you have
Only
maps then?
5 away.
Do you have maps? Maps.
No, I'm sorry, I don't sell maps, but the land is pretty easy. Just follow the road.
Well, how do I find this pool where the Vistani linger?
Just follow the road. Follow the road outside of
Direction.
town. Cross the river, and after the river, you will come upon a crossroad. Follow the crossroad to the north, and you shall be at the pool.
How do you follow
It's
a
not that hard.
crossroad? There's multiple direct. Never mind.
Follow the path to the north from the crossroad, and you shall find it.
That helps. So,
Should get some
tavern.
swords. I'm gonna head out.
And for tavern.
Wonderful. Do come again. We'd love to have you.
Was it Belgrath?
Bildrath.
Bildrath. Thank you, Bildrath. We'll be back, seeing as you're the only game in town.
Wonderful. And if there's only one choice, there's only one option.
You're the best.
See you again.
You're the best shop here, I imagine.
Well, I do agree.
John's just gonna walk out and wait for them.
As we're sort of passing by, this kind of looks like a grappling hook. Is it?
It looks like one, but he doesn't unfortunately sell that.
Oh, he doesn't sell it? That's great, because I want to take it. Not buy it. I'm getting 2 gold worth of something. That kills me.
He
Sleight of
doesn't have it in
hand, try
stock.
to.
He doesn't have it in stock. Like, I understand that it's on the map, but I'm not going to allow that. We don't have that. If you want to steal something from his shop, I can let you steal something, but there is no grappling hook here.
As I'm passing, I'm going to kind of like halfway stumble, kind of like, oh, sorry, I'm so clumsy, and whatever's on this table, I'm going to try and swipe.
Okay, I'll just throw a roll for that. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okey-doke. Okay. Dirty 20.
You'll take it. So I rolled a 5, but I'm gonna switch that to a 6, and I'll tell you why. When you're gonna get a piece like a stack of paper. So
Stack of paper,
just take a
okay.
stack of paper with you. Yeah.
take
And the reason why I'm rolling a stack of
need that.
paper is because number 5 is a 10-foot ladder, and there's no way you're gonna swipe that.
Whoops!
Yeah.
My bad. I'll see you later.
What is this wonderful appendage that suddenly attached itself to me? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'll take like a stack of paper and like, yeah. Oh my goodness. And then into one of my many pockets it goes.
I just imagine it's basically like a thing of post-it notes.
Looks like a stack of paper to me.
Yeah, it's just parchment, just clean parchment.
John's just standing out in the street, looking around.
Anyone in the streets as I exit?
It seems to be empty.
Okay.
We don't have a map or any. Do we know which? Can I see the sun, or can I orient myself with the sky to figure out which direction is north?
Very cloudy. It's very cloudy. You can see what seems to be either the sun or the moon, but it's hard to tell which one of it is. It's very dreary, very dark. There's something there, but it's hard to say if it's the sun or the moon.
All right, I'm gonna try to orient myself with it. Casariel, I don't know heads or tails where we're going.
I'm going to the, what was it? The Blood on the Vine?
Blood of the Vine Tavern.
Blood of the Vine.
Apparently it's just north. Just continue down the road.
From where you are standing right now, you can catch a glimpse of the only multi-story building in town. And seeing as it has some light coming out of it, you would figure that would be the tavern.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, then I'm going to start making my way towards there.
Making my way now.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so now we know which direction is north, at least.
Good to know.
Very good point. Like, you guys don't know that, of course. That's a very
I'm
good
so
point.
glad you're with us.
I mean, it's cloudy. Normally, I would use the sun and the time of the day, but I barely even see it. I don't even know if it's night or day right now, and my oath to Saloon, it's supposed to be an oath of midnight. I don't even know if it's midnight.
Yeah, it's been a long day. So, don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna shake my head and like walk behind Carla. We need a rest.
Yeah, let's rest up and figure out what our goals are. We can move forward. So, arriving at the door of the tavern, I'm going to like very confidently try to push it open.
And you can. It swings open.
Excellent.
And it opens into a rather large main room where a couple of patrons are in quiet conversation, having a drink and just talking. You see on one table there are two, you would assess just villagers, sitting there drinking a cup of wine and just very quietly conversing with each other. The table over, you see three women who are dressed a little bit more colorful, whereas the two gentlemen that are sitting over there are dressed very boring, brown, and they have a bit of mud on them. But the three ladies over there seem to be dressed rather colorful. Behind the bar is a rather sizable man with a big beard that is just slowly cleaning off cups.
Kick off the mud outside and try not to track any in and walk in behind them.
I'm going to hurry towards sort of the bar area, swing up onto one of those stools and kind of perch myself there to get a look at him and wait for him to look my way.
He is very busy cleaning his cups, and as you all three enter and approach, he looks over at you and says, hi. And he just goes back to cleaning his cups.
Hello, we're looking for a place to stay for the night. Do you do in rooms at this tavern?
10 silver a room.
How much for a week? It'd be 10 silver each day, or is there
days.
a discount? Okay. Alright, I'll hand over 7 gold. Is 7 gold or 10 silver each? Yeah. Am I right?
10 silver a day, so times 7, that would be 70 silver.
Yes, but it's that equivalent to 7 gold.
Yes.
Is it 10 silver? Okay, yeah, then I hand over 7 gold, and I'm like, here you go. We'll take one room for the week.
Are we going to be here for a week?
We don't know what our circumstances are going to be. I want that room to stay ours and not get lost, you know, to some other person. But personally, I don't know if you two are going to be... Like, you could go home at any point, I suppose, but I'm very interested in what's going on here.
I guess we came here because that band by the fire, he talked about Eva, Madam. Is that where are we still looking for her, or what are we doing here?
Let's go to our rooms and discuss this in case there's any airs, but...
The barkeep points to the other side of the bar, so towards your right on this map, and he says, one of those two, you pick.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any sort of dinner? Are you serving dinner or any meals today?
I got vegetable soup, and I got pie.
What kind of pie?
Vegetable meat pie.
All right, I guess
Sounds
we'll be back.
good.
We'll come back after we've settled in our room. All right. I start heading over to the room. Whichever
Which
one
do you want to
Carla
have?
chooses.
Okay, which one, kind of from the outside, could I garner is like the bigger one?
The bigger one would definitely be the one like near the bar.
So this one,
Yeah.
find their place. Yeah, I'll go towards that one.
All right. The door opens into a relatively well-kept room. There is a lovely bed over there. There is a table to right. There is a box with some items, and there is a fireplace which is currently still burning. The whole place has this sort of like run-down feeling to it. Like it's not like it's about to crash in on itself, but it's badly kept. Like someone has given up hope in repairing this place. Mm-hmm. But with that in mind, this place isn't half bad. It might not be worth 10 silver a night, but it's probably the best you can do in this village.
Are there any windows in this room, or is it purely walls?
There is one window, but it's been boarded up.
Is it which side of the? I'm imagining it's on this side, the right side, the far side.
It's it's on the lower side next to the fireplace, in the corner, basically looking out towards the east.
All right. So first thing John's gonna do is he's gonna grab the chair that's at the writing desk and like sort of drag it over to the corner over and position it so that he can see the whole room and the door, and sort of just survey the area, just see if it's a nice little place to just sit and potentially even sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to start investigating that box. Can I like clear it out and like dump shit in there?
Yes, you totally can. As a matter of fact, give me an investigation check on that.
Oh, excellent. I'm good at those, usually.
I think it is what you do, right?
Yeah, that's a 12 in total.
12. All right, so you open the box, and there's a lot of like rags and like used to be old clothing in there. Not really well kept. You have a feeling that someone just left it here. Like the last time that they were here, they were just changing out some clothing, put it in there, and never came back to pick it up.
Is this the box or is this the box?
The one at the end of the bed.
Okay.
The larger object that you see to the side is a dresser.
Okay. No other? So if there's nothing like too interesting in there, I'm going to start kind of like shuffling things around, keeping anything that looks like clothes based in there, and kind of popping my old cloak in on top of it. And I'm like, my bed's sorted, so you two can decide who gets to, bunk in there. And I'm going to just kind of occupy this chair. I basically turned the box into a bed.
Perfectly fine. Yeah, you're actually like, for your size, because like you are a halfling, with a little wiggle room, yeah, you should be able to actually turn that into a small bed at the end of the large bed. So yeah, that totally works.
Perfect. Thanks.
That is so cute.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
I'm not spending another 7 votes. There you go. Okay. I'm going to plop down into this seat and kind of wait for the two of them to kind of begin our discussion and planning.
As I pass by these 3 women on my way to the room, I'm going to just stop a moment and take a good look at them and just see what I can glean from looking at them and just give them a nod.
Give me an insight check.
Do you have that inspiration you didn't use?
Not again today. Okay, I will use that, I think. Hold on. That's 9. And then what is that, a D6?
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
All right. You don't catch anything that they're talking about, and as you look over to them, you notice that they are looking at all 3 of you because, well, you guys are, of all the people that are in this bar, you guys are quite the lookers. You have quite colorful clothing on, and good quality clothing at that as well. There's some weapons sticking out here and there with you, especially on Carter. You guys, you stand out, and you notice that they're looking at you. One thing that you're noticing from them, looking at them, is indeed that colorfulness that they have as well. If you guys weren't in here, then they would be the ones that are standing out in this place. Colorful clothing, some jewelry that you notice. They have a look about them as if they are full of life, but down on it at the same time.
Okay. I'll close the door behind me and just kind of post up against it.
I've pretty much like grabbed. How many were there? Any cushions on the bed? Like a pillow or something. I'm gonna grab one of the pillows, and I kind of commandeered the chair and just sort of like that's where John intends to sleep. He's gonna sit in that corner and just like put a cushion down, make sure it's comfortable because he's gonna be there for a while, and listen to our conversation.
Well, this is cozy. What
so
now?
We came here to what? Talk to this Madame Eva. I feel like this so far this has been a lot of trouble, but I guess if it gets us anywhere on your mother, Casariel, it'll be worth it. But what happened in that house? What was that?
Okay, my working theory is those two children are cursing that place to high hell, and like whatever weird magic Mr. Durst was into. We know that he was into weird magic. We know that whoever this Lord, Mr. Strahd, is, he wasn't too fond of it either. So he was clearly a crazy man. And he might have cursed the house, and that's why these monsters inhabit it, and his children, who he starved to death, decided to act as sort of vengeful spirits that draw people in, probably hoping to break whatever curse is there. But I don't think any curse could have been broken in that house.
But I mean,
think it's just trapped as it is.
There were those dead things in the basement, and then below that there was the cultists, the people in those robes. They were all. It wasn't just two spirits. I couldn't even. I wasn't even able to lash out at them. They were mist or something.
There's a lot of evil that happened in that house. That's for sure. I don't know if the children were evil. I think they might have been caught up in everything. But I don't think, even if we burned the house, do you think it would burn? It was on fire when we left.
I thought it was burned, and then we came out. We've seen some things. We've seen some crazy things doing the work that we've done, me and Casario, but I've never seen anything like this.
Neither have I. But I don't know, this. It was inexplicably evil in there. I do think it was, unfortunately, cult stuff. I think it's quite a boring answer, but whatever they were worshipping down there was clearly horrific enough and powerful enough to cause that. But what's weirder is it's pretty close to this village, and no one has sort of spent the time to say, don't go in here, spent the time to maybe investigate or put warning signs or try to burn the house down.
You can't trust anyone here.
Yes.
You can't.
I think that's the strangest thing here, is the fact that no one seems to care too much about the weird shit that's going on. I don't think they know it's weird.
Seems to me like all their spirits have been broken. Have you ever seen a barkeep that couldn't talk to people? Ever in your life? Ever?
Never! They're always looking for gold. They'll talk the air off anyone. It's so useful, so unhelpful today. Oh,
very strange.
I mean, it is a very murky day out. I can imagine most people's spirits are somewhat low. I don't know. Is it possible that it was just us? Like when we were there, us being there caused something. All of our things were around that place. When we got here, Lungari. Do you think he could have been Lungari? Because he, as far as we know, he went away with our things.
He knows this place, and they probably know around this place that house is a trap. He probably put it in there to trap us, and for whatever reason, he is allowed in and out. I mean, I'm not sure.
That house has trapped people for ages. That is
where
my parents met. My parents met in that house.
My goodness. Yes, you mentioned. Oh, not the most romantic place.
I think the circumstances were different, but yes. I think so. I mean, it could be another creepy haunted house with a monster and ghost children.
Usually haunted houses have like one or the other, so it probably is that one. It was strange that I had both.
I mean, she kept a journal, so if she wrote about it, then she must have gotten out of there. I can't. no. I know your mom is a legend in the Silverstar, but it's even more impressive knowing that she was able to survive that. That was something else. I didn't know if we were going to even make it. I at one point I felt like I was on the brink of death.
Yeah, I don't think we should go back there, but I do think you're right about Madame Eva. I think that's our next step.
Yes, we need to find her. I personally am interested in what the fuck is going on here. I mean, so strange, isn't it? So I want to get to know the town, kind of figure out all the weird shit that they've got, and I mean, selfishly, perhaps, I know this is a very important thing to find for your mother, but selfishly, I do think this could be the case, like the biggest scoop that I could have possibly have, and like, maybe people will start taking my column a little more seriously when they find out about dead children who trap people. But that's for me. So I'm willing to do whatever to find out what we can, and hopefully we can also find out more about your mother, and maybe Madame Eva is the place to start.
Yes. You just have to be careful in your pursuit of something to write about. This place is very dangerous, or seems very dangerous.
It is quite dangerous, but I don't go to these places expecting, being wined and dined. I would be a political writer otherwise, but
Fair point.
Once I die, that's it. I know everything there is to know. I know what happens after death. That's, the big overarching question that everyone has, right? Why not live a little dangerously and find out what else there is before, we all kind of go?
How do you know that? How do you know what happens after death?
I don't. When I die, I will learn, and that's the big thing.
Oh.
Until then, I'm just kind of filling it with other knowledge, so the point of this is that whatever it takes, whatever there is here, I'm staying. I want to find out before I go. What about you
Fair
two?
enough.
Is it just Madame Eva that you want to do? Is there more? Is there less? What's your intentions here?
Sean's gonna look at Casariel and
I want to find my mother. And I want to hurt very badly the people that have taken her, if they've hurt her. And I want to find Lungari, and I'd like to hurt his entire family. So
I agree.
That's a short list for me.
You, John?
just gonna watch Casariel's back. She's had mine more times than I can count. I know this is something that he looks at Casariel. I know this is something you've been after for a long time, and I think I'll see it through with you, whatever happens.
I could feel her in that house. In the moment, it felt like I had wings, and then I didn't. But I could feel her. Or maybe it was my father. I don't know, but something I've never felt before. So I think we're on the right track. I know we're on the right track.
Let's chase that feeling then. Let's go get some food. I think food is in order. I'm quite hungry.
And then we should probably turn in for the night, maybe patch up a bit.
After some food, yes. Some socializing, talking a little.
Do you have any way to clean something? I know some people can clean things that are soiled. She's gonna lift up her cloak, and pretty much her entire dress is drenched in blood.
I'm going to.
Okay.
It won't last very long, but it might work, and I'm going to minor illusion to make it just look kind of how I remember it looking.
Sure.
No,
I'll allow that.
Thank you.
Usually you can't minor illusion things that are moving, but for this time it's such a friendly gesture and it doesn't really impact. Sure.
If you look closely, it definitely is trying to move, but it won't work.
Look looking for a little prestidigitation. Brr. None of us have that, huh? Brr.
It's like
Bam.
I imagine it's like almost buffering. Like the dress is moving a
Right.
second or two behind hers.
Red, purple. That looks
With a little circle on it. Yeah.
scarier.
As she moves, it moves to follow her, kind of deal.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Sounds magic.
Yeah, I'm just picking twigs and things. I was inside that thing for a moment, picking stuff out of my armor.
Yeah, I saw that. That was wild times.
I thought you were gone. I'd made my peace.
I thought
Thank
you were gone at
you.
the end there too, with all the swords and the fire, and then you had to,
Yeah,
make it
that was a
through the
lot.
sword.
You went
That
through
was a
two
lot.
of those doors. I was at one point. I thought it was just going to be one of you. I had to choose one. You went through two of those, Carla. I can't imagine. That was very nimble. I'm impressed.
I'm quite small, and I'm quite used to getting into places that I really shouldn't be into.
I can
Right.
imagine that.
Yeah, just so you know, I wasn't meant to be at that party. Quite glad I went now.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I feel a bit guilty. I feel responsible for you both being here. So, I mean, it's whatever. Should we go eat or something?
After
Yes, let's see and talk to the locals.
I'm just gonna turn around and head out.
Right. As you head out, you notice that a new person has joined the bar. An elderly lady walks up to the bar from the entrance and has a very short conversation with the barkeeper. While they're having this conversation, she hands over what seems to be a stack of something to him, gives him a very friendly smile, turns around, and walks out of the bar again.
I'm gonna try and clamber up on one of the stools to see what she gave him, like properly.
It seems like there's a stack of pies here.
Oh. Okay. We'll take 3 of those, please. 3 pies. Unless any of you want soup.
The barkeep looks over at you and says, "We got new pies now. We got meat and vegetable and sweet potato."
Oh, I quite like sweet potato. I'll take that.
1 sweet potato. What are you? He looks at Casario.
I want all of those things, like the pot, both the things, and the sweet potato.
Sweet potato, meat and vegetable, and soup.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yeah. Do you need
Okay.
like alcohol, like a ale, wine?
Got wine. We got a pitcher of wine.
Oh, perfect. What are you having? Look at John.
I'll take a couple of meat pies. Yes. And
Okay.
yeah, you said other than wine, did you have anything else? Was it?
Any ale?
Wine. I got a pitcher of wine.
Obsessed with this man.
You might need
We'll
a
have 3
cup of-
pitchers of wine.
You might need
3 of
some
them.
coffee, sir. But sure, wine for me.
I got water.
Wine's
No.
fine. Wine will do.
How dare you?
You want a glass of wine or
3
pitcher
pitches.
of wine?
Okay, I was
3 pitches.
3 pitchers. Then all right. This just
Okay.
became a party.
Yes.
3 pitchers of wine, 2 meat pies, 2 sweet potato pies. Yeah?
She's having vegetable soup and a meat pie. I'm getting 2 meat pies, please.
What'd you bring us, eh? Why don't you trot on back there and grab that wine?
Yeah. So he turns around and he pours you 3 pitchers of wine. And I just want to make sure 3 pitchers of wine, 1 bowl of vegetable soup for you, Casario.
So I was getting 1 of each. I'm
Yeah,
getting just a
everyone
sweet
wanna have-
potato.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I believe
2
everyone
meat
wants to have
pies,
a
sweet potato, and then she's having all of it. Like, all of it.
Everything that was offered, I'm having 1 of each.
Right, so 2 sweet potato, 3 meat and vegetable pies and 1 vegetable soup, and then the wine, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. He brings all of that out, and these are like those cutesy kind of little like one person kind of shepherd's pies. You know them, right?
Gigantic.
They look delicious. Like the outside of it is made of pastry dough, and it looks homemade, and they look especially the sweet potato pies look fresh, like they've just been delivered, which is fair because they just were. The meat and vegetable potatoes are still very fresh, though. They seem like from today still. They smell delicious. They smell like homemade meat, like shepherd's pie.
Oh man, I haven't eaten yet. Stop.
I haven't either. I'm so excited to eat later.
The crust easily gives way when you put down a fork on it. And on the inside, there is just supple, like chicken meat and a little bit of beef. I'm sorry. All right, so just to make sure, because there's also a bill attached to it, so I need to.
Oh yeah, I'll cover whatever it is.
You got the room. I'll get the food. We got the
John,
3 pitchers
it's
of wine.
not my money. I don't care.
3 pitchers of wine, 3 sweet potato pies. 3 meat pies. 2 sweet potato pies, and a bowl of vegetable soup. Right?
I like that better. We got 2 a sweet potato or 2 sweet potato, 2 meat pies, 3 I don't know, 3 meat potato. That's the new thing.
Yeah. So the 3 pitchers of wine, those are 1 silver each.
Okay.
So that's 3 silver. The pies all go for a silver each. So that is 3 and 2. So that's 5 in total. So it's another 5 silvers, 8. And then we have a bowl of vegetable soup. The vegetable soup is 50 silver. 50 copper.
Okay. I just feel like it's so funny.
It's amazing.
Jesus, what kind of vegetables are in that thing?
Vegetables are very rare in this country. No, so that's 50 copper. 5 copper even. So that's half a silver. 5 copper. So that's
Can we just call it a gold?
Yeah, sure.
No, if it's like a specific amount of silver, I want to give it, please.
I'll put a gold on the bar top.
If you give a gold, it's like you give him pocket change extra. So
yeah.
Okay. Oh, a tip. Okay. We're not being stingy as this.
What's your name, Mr.
Arik?
Hello, Arik.
Hi.
Are you feeling all right, sir?
Better than ever.
You look it.
I know. He's just cleaning glasses, as he says this.
Confidence is good.
Just gonna wait for the food.
Wait, did we get the food already? Yeah, we got it, right?
The food is in front of you, as well as a pitcher of wine.
I gotta grab my pie and the pitcher, and I'm going to actually turn around and go towards this table and kind of sit down with the girls.
Cool. Before we entertain that, because I love it. Hi. Casariel, John, what do? You just eat like
I'm eating straight out of the middle of my pie out. I'm just digging into it.
Cool. All right. What about you, Casariel?
Yeah, no, I just picked up the whole pie and started eating it from like the side, and then I'm just drinking right out of the pitcher. As she goes, I kind of like wipe my mouth, and I'm like looking, probably crumbs falling a little bit, like.
Oh, we clink our pitchers together.
You're drinking from the pitcher. Oh god,
Yeah.
You fucking peasants! I love it.
I took the 3 glasses that he gave me out with me towards the table.
Yeah, he hands a cup. We both look at each other like, what's this for?
Snatch him up on my way.
Love it. All right. So for John and Casariel, you go on, and like I will say, the vegetable soup is just vegetable soup. It's okay. It's done well, but it's just vegetable soup. The pies, however, I don't know if you've ever had a grandmother that could make homemade anything pie, but it tastes like that. So if you can imagine a homemade anything pie, but then with meat and vegetable in there, it's so good. It's like, like you're eating anything on an empty stomach. It's so good. It is in this dreary area over here. It is the one comforting thing that you've seen in the last day.
I'm getting you back for this. The title of this show is going to be The Case of the Meat Pie. Something like that.
Yep.
Meet and greet pie.
All right. Carla, you go and take your pie, and you sit over at the table with the 3 ladies.
Yes, and I took the 3 cups that he gave us for like each of our individual pitchers and kind of bring them with me, and I start kind of laying them out like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, hello, very nice to meet you. Wine, and I start pouring it out for each one of them. And I'm like, I'm Carla Lilacott. I'm a investigator. I've popped through this area to, act as a tourist, figure out sort of the lay of the land, see if, the general public would like to, come around this place for the holidays. So, what can you tell me? What you know? What's the best thing to visit here?
They look dumbfounded by the fact that you just did this, and they look at each other and are like, "This is a live one, isn't it?" Oh yes, that is interesting. Hi, Carla, isn't it?
Yes, Carla.
Welcome to the tavern. Wonderful to see you.
To see you too. What's your names?
Oh, the left one starts. She says, "I am Mirabel. That over there is Alenka, and that is Sophia."
Leisure. Oh, we're already getting to know each other. How wonderful.
Oh yes, oh yes. You are a feisty one, aren't you?
I've been told that a couple times. I just think there's no point in beating around the bush. How long have you been here? Are you locals of the area?
Oh yes. You could say that. We frequent this bar almost daily, and they start laughing amongst each other. Almost daily, yes.
Oh, is he always like that? And I point towards the barkeep. Kind of like...
Oh yes. He's a good employee, but he does his best.
Not one for customer service, though I don't really care for such things.
Oh, we don't either.
I imagine if you come here daily, you're used to it.
No,
Now,
yes.
what is there to do here in Barovia? Any fun places? I heard there's a windmill.
If you have to question that, then you have not visited Madame Eva, have you?
You know her? I've heard such
yes.
good things.
Madame Eva is, and Mirabel points at Sorvia, and she says, well, she is, Sorvia joins us. She's our guidance. She knows so much. If you ever have any questions, she is the one to ask. She hasn't read your fortune yet, has she?
No, I've heard it's quite good. I do a little bit of fortune telling myself, but I heard she's on another level.
Oh yes. No, she's proven herself many times over with the things that she has said so far. Oh yes.
And where would I find her? I have to go see her.
Oh, she's over at the pool, the Tsar pool. If you follow the road and then from the crossroads go to the north, you should find our camp.
Crossroads go to the north, find your camp. Okay, delightful. Will I see you there if I pop down?
No, we have to ensure that our tavern turns a profit.
Oh, this is your tavern?
Yes.
You own it?
Yes.
Entrepreneurs, we love to see it. The public loves stuff like this. I'll make sure to put this on the tourist guide as one of the best taverns to visit in town.
Although I do like her. I do like... Yes, she's wonderful. Yes, she can stay.
Oh, delightful. And besides that, any local hauntings that people like to go to? Fun attractions?
Well, there is the story of the cemetery, of course.
We've heard. Go at midnight,
yeah.
yes, from
Have you
that
seen
shopkeep.
it, though?
No, not yet. I'm very
you
excited.
should go there. You should love it. Yeah.
Kind of hard to get orientated about the time of day here, though. It's always so foggy. Does that ever clear up?
No, not really. As a matter of fact, should we tell her? No, she'll probably find it out on her own, yes. No, the mist is always here. Strange, isn't it? Yes.
Weird climate, but I'm sure there'll be some readers who want to come here, you know,
Oh,
get away from all
absolutely.
the sun and nice things that they see.
Yes. Nice things indeed.
Though you have to tell me, what is the deal with that lord? I mean, apparently he's handsome and charming, and he doesn't have a
He's a-
woman.
He had. Well, I don't know who told you that, but he is a beautiful man indeed.
Is he
He's
good to live under?
Their faces turn a little more serious as you ask that, and they say, "He's a good man. At its core, he is a good man, and we owe so much to his good guidance."
Have you met him?
Oh yes, yes, we have on several occasions. He's a good man.
He's telling you good jokes. And good men are not that rare to come by. There's a good man over there. His name's John. Wonderful. Didn't believe in him much before, but now he's doing great. He's wonderful. Good men are kind of easy enough to find, but I mean, what makes him special as a lord? Everyone here seems to revere him to a certain degree. Even that Durst fellow. And I kind of look to see if their faces change a little, but when I say Durst.
Give me an insight check on that.
Excellent. Okay. Where's my dice? Okay, there it is. Okay. 14 plus 3. That's 17.
Unfazed. You don't
Completely
see
unfazed,
anything in
okay.
their faces on that. Yeah. You see, our people have helped our Lord out when he was at his weakest. And he responded to that in kind, saying that we were truly free in his lands. And freedom is all we asked for. He's a good man.
Very informative and enlightening conversation, and I pour them like another glass of wine each. I'm going to say, I'm going to head back to my compatriots now to let them know what we've learned.
And
And sort of- Okay, and I'm going to kind of like wander over to them, take my pie and the rest of my pitcher of wine, and I'm going to do what they're doing and drink my pitcher of wine and eat my pie and be like, it's kind of a weird place.
Good
It's
pie,
just, like,
though.
good pies, but Madame Eva is located at that pool that Bartim mentioned earlier. I think that's his name.
Bildrath.
The shopkeeper. Bithroff. Yeah.
Belgrade, yes.
Thank you, ominous lord from the sky.
His name has been mentioned like 6 times, so I will allow you the fact that you'll just remember that.
You say
Benevolent
Belgrade,
God.
and he goes, Belgrade. Yes, Belgrade.
Yes, Mr. Grad. He he was right. The pool seems to be the destination to find Madame Eva
Right,
and the
so-
rest of Lingari's path. So, if we get there and we see Lingari, we should probably hold off on killing him until we talk to Madame Eva.
What do you mean?
I,
What does that mean?
He's one of theirs. They might not respond kindly to strangers coming in, someone.
I mean, I'm gonna be cards on the table. I'm okay with giving him a good wallop. He deserves it. He left us to die, essentially. But we may not want to kill him. Just, I mean, if we can avoid it.
And if we
I-
do, not immediately.
Don't think he would dare show his face, do you? Certainly not.
Kind of hope not.
I'll do my best.
Like,
I do want to speak with Madame Eva. I think she probably knows quite a bit about my mother, so.
From the sounds of it, she's like the best thing since, bread around here.
Eric, he's talking to the bar guy. Is there a place we can wash ourselves off? The road has left us rather grimy. Is there
No.
a local watering hole or any place where there's running water, or like a river or a stream?
Yeah, fountain.
Fountain.
Or can we just get water in a tub brought to our rooms?
Right.
Don't have a tub. You can get
Bucket?
You can get a pitcher of water. Yes.
I'll take it.
Right.
Have some soap.
Don't have
I
any
kind of-
soap.
No, I have soap, it's fine. And I kind of give him a little bit of an evil eye at having to pay for water, and I pass one over. Nearly died for that soap.
Might as well take it, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well.
I'll finish up my meat pies then.
So I say we sleep, right? And then we head out in the morning early.
Yep. Wash some of the blood out of our clothes. Sleep.
And head to the pool to see Madame Eva, and then if we have some time, we have to check out that cemetery. Apparently there's some weird shit going on there.
Right. Yeah, right.
Okay.
All right.
Return in for the night.
Right. As you move towards your room, you hear the door opening from the tavern, and a very, very large man walks in. He has a relatively friendly face, but he is big. This is like 1.5, if not 2 times John.
Oh, wow. That's
And
big.
you see, yeah, no, like big. And he just walks towards the 3 ladies over there. And as he passes you by, Casariel, like Casariel's like sort of in your path. So he sort of nudges you as he walks by, saying, "Sorry," and walks towards these 3 ladies. And he says, "Hey, go here and pick up the box." Gets a little parcel from the 3 ladies, and he walks out again. "Thank you, bye." And he just rushes out again.
Oh, I want to know what's in that box so bad. But I couldn't take him. Oh,
John
Paula.
kind of puffs up his chest a little bit, puts his arms out, tries to make himself look a little bigger. One's so big.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
if it
You
helps,
alright?
to me you look like a giant.
It does, thank you.
You're taking up too much room. I'm trying to eat. I'm just finishing it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, who was he? Oh my god.
Nobody special.
Anyway, all right. Well,
That
are
man
we all staying in the same room?
That man was almost as large as I am.
Almost.
Yeah, almost, John. Are we all
Yes.
staying in the same room? We are.
Unless you want to spend another 10 silver to get a second one, I'm perfectly fine, I've got my little bed.
I've got a nice chair in the corner.
You can fight about what you can have.
Eric.
Feel free to take the bed, Casariel. I mean, we've slept in far worse conditions than a chair with a cushion on it. I'm practically in luxury with this.
Eric,
Yeah.
you're a good man.
Yeah.
Good man. And I'm just gonna walk to the room.
The wine hit her really hard.
Yeah.
Kind of asked John.
Oh, she's
I like
sure drinks more than that on a
One more
regular
thing
basis.
I'll,
So.
With your drinking, one more thing I'll add in. Casariel, help me remind. You found a bottle of wine in the death house.
I did. Yeah.
Did you share that with John? You did, right? For
Oh,
one
I
scoop.
drank a lot
John
of
will
it.
Take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The wine you drank over here tasted exactly the same, with one major difference, and that is the wine you drank in the house was just like, it tasted like wine and it was gone. Remember?
Yeah.
This wine wasn't. This wine you drank and it tasted like wine and it burned in your stomach like alcoholic wine. The taste, 100% the same.
All right.
John didn't notice. Wine is wine.
Sure. You also didn't read the label, so that's perfectly fine. But Cassariel did.
That's it again.
Great match number 2, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good.
Right.
Well remembered.
Notes? Who takes notes? Sorry, I'm checking.
Like, I have like 17 pages of notes and I don't remember anything. This is the problem.
Welcome to Cassariel.
I don't math and I don't remember anything. I'm a perfect party member. You guys are
Your
welcome.
math is absolutely amazing. Whenever you have to count out like your dice, I love that. Like, you know, the hands.
Yeah.
I don't
Wait
have
until
enough
we get to
fingers,
be level
damn.
like 15.
Oh no, a D12. God damn it, I rolled an 11. I don't. Hang on, I need to take
I'm
off
gonna
my
run out
shoes.
of hand. Totally.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Sleep.
I'm gonna
wanna-
take my jug of water and I'm going to very like quickly let it warm by the fireplace. And when that's done, I'm gonna take like my soap and like clean my face and brushed out my hair from like my brush in my backpack and
Sure.
going to
You will
lay out.
feel cleaned up.
gonna-
Cassariel, John, do you want to do the same thing?
I'm gonna take a closer
There should
look.
be enough water to do that.
While they're cleaning themselves off, John's fine. He had a lot of twigs and roots in him. He took those out, but he's gonna look at this thing a little bit more and try to understand it, or not necessarily understand, just like what is it? So that's what he spends his time just sort of buffing out nicks and wiping off blood from it, just cleaning it.
It's not a toothpick.
Yeah, he's just cleaning. He's just cleaning it.
Cool.
I'll clean myself as much as possible.
All right. Perfectly fine. After you are done with that, do you want to do like a rotating sleep schedule? Are you all three just gonna sleep? What do you want to do?
I think normally we'd rotate, but that was a really rough night, and I think John kind of just wants some shut eye.
Yeah. Let's push the armoire towards the door, just so nothing can kind of get in. And then
Good
sleep.
idea.
Okay.
He'll shift it over.
Barricade the
with
door and sleep.
All right. Perfectly fine.
her. Should we break a window in case there's a fire?
Freaking
There is no window here.
There's a
Well, I
boarded
mean,
up
other than the
window.
board at that point.
No.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to pay for repairs, to
No,
be
you're right.
honest.
How about we just sleep? You know, that's a thought.
Yes.
Right. All three of you crash down on the bed and in the makeshift bed that Carla made, which I think is just wonderful. So well. So I'll allow that as a full bed. It is a relatively warm, relatively cozy place that you paid for. You had a full stomach with food. You have a good rest, all three of you. And as a matter of fact, as dreary as this place is, as drab as this place is, as scary as this place is with what's happened to you over the last, say, 24 hours, this place gives you at least some comfort in sleeping, because all three of you have a relatively okay dream. A wonderful dream, actually. No nightmares whatsoever. Just happy thoughts, happy dreams, and a warm, comforting feeling as you sleep a full 8 hours. You can all three have a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
And on top of that, add some bonus hit points, 1d4, as temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
I was waiting for the and you level up.
But no, there's no but this time. You actually get some extra hit points. So 1d4, go ahead.
Ooh, 3. Nice.
I got 4.
Yes,
Got
they're
3?
temporary, but they will dissipate after you know the rules. So
Cool.
Okay.
I feel slightly healthier this morning. Those meat pies were delicious.
Definitely needed that.
hello everybody, refreshed and ready. I hope you guys enjoyed your little break. We did. And we hung out with some people in the live chat. That was fun.
Debated the terms millennials, stuff like that. It was fun.
Yeah, like everything non D&D actually. Like that's actually in our break we always talk about anything non D&D for some reason. It's, we just need a quick break from it. But we're gonna go get back into the game.
That's crazy
You guys had a
That's crazy talk. Break from D&D.
Yeah, we live D&D, of course. But you had a wonderful long rest. I imagine you applied all that to your character sheets.
Oh yeah.
Just
Of
wanna make
course.
sure.
Yes.
And
Of course.
Zariel, did you swap out any spells? Because you can as
I did.
your class. So did you?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Go on. What did you swap out?
Well, I God, that was like 10 minutes ago. I took Bane and I got rid of protection from evil and good.
All right, cool. Good pick. So all three of you have slept a full 8 hours, had a very pleasant dream during that time. You could apply your long rest for that and got bonus hit points as temporary hit points 1d4, which I imagine you've applied by now.
Oh, absolutely.
You awake, not really knowing what time of day it is still, but you feel like you have slept a good amount of time. You feel refreshed. And from there, you can tell me what you're going to do.
All right. All of our equipment still seems to be here. First time we've woke up, I guess, in this place. Anyway, our equipment seems to be here. Are you guys ready to go for a walk?
Yeah.
Follow the long road. Should we invest in horses, transport, stuff like that later on?
Have we seen any sign on like the roads of, or actually I haven't really been looking, but we haven't seen anybody with a horse or any form of thing in this place so far. Is that correct?
The last horse that you have seen was Lungari. Yeah. What is your passive perception, John?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's the best. Oh, it's actually not bad. 12.
12. All right. You will have noticed that along the road in this village, there are tracks of carts. Whether or not those are hand-pulled carts or horse-pulled carts, one would leave up to your imagination, but at least there are carts going back and forth, so that might mean that there's horses here.
I imagine if we can find someone who has horses for sale, or if we can, I don't really feel comfortable appropriating them. We're not really here on official business, you know.
I feel as though we wouldn't be able to be very stealthy with horses. Let's get the lay of the land. Might be a good idea.
All right, let's move on. Find that pool, find Madame Eva, get some answers. To the north of the crossroads is what he said.
I think we're gonna head out.
You walk out of the room and looking into the bar, Eric is still behind the bar. Three ladies are still where you left them. The two gentlemen that were sitting at their table have moved, and one solemn gentleman is now sitting at a table up a little bit more to the north of this room. Another gentleman has joined as well, who is also solemnly sitting there, and he also looks a little different than what you've seen so far of the Barovian villagers. This gentleman has rather half-long blonde hair, and his clothing looks expensive, if anything. Not very colorful, not like the three women that you have encountered over there, but his clothing looks expensive. He's sitting there just drinking a cup of wine, and as you exit your room, he looks over at you with an interested glance.
What's he eating or drinking? Can we tell?
He's drinking a cup of wine.
Okay, I'm going to...
I mean, you can't see what's in there, but it's a cup.
Okay. But given what the options we were given last night, I'm going to presume it's wine. I'm going to quickly dart over and ask for just a glass from the barkeep and hand over the 5 copper or whatever it is.
Just a glass of wine you want? Glass of wine is a copper.
Just a copper? Yeah. Pass it over?
Yeah.
Thanks. Actually, give me 2, and I'm going to take the second one. And I'm going to look at both of them. I'm going to say, grab some breakfast. I'm going to go talk. And point towards that man. I kind of glance towards him a little bit.
Ark, what do you have for breakfast, Ark?
Got vegetable soup. Got a couple of pies left. Sweet potato pies.
Any more meat pies?
No, you ate them.
Damn. They were delicious.
Oh.
Couple
As
of
I'm-
sweet potato. That was
Want them?
Yeah, we're just gonna sit at the bar and I'm gonna keep an eye, like I'm gonna look over my shoulder every now and then at them just to make sure that he's not threatening her in any way.
Okay. You're gonna like eat those sweet potato pies?
Or split one. Because Harry, you want to split one? I mean, breakfast has never been much of a thing for me, but have a little bit.
One of those tiny little pies.
How big
Sorry,
are the
I
pies?
have an accent. I forgot about that for a second there. One of those tiny
The
little
pies
pies.
would the pie itself would serve as a meal unless you're very hungry, like apparently you were last time, Cass.
Yes.
Sure, I'll split one with you.
Yeah, I don't need much.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is silver. Here you go.
Here.
You want something to drink?
No, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. So I'm going to make my way towards the new gentleman who's arrived, and as I'm kind of passing the girls, I give them like a little like wink and a smile as I pass by.
They don't really seem to mind you, but as you give them like a wink and a smile, they will just respond in kind and then turn back to their table.
And I'm going to pull up towards him and set one glass in front of him and keep one glass for myself. And I'm like, I'm Carla Lilacott. I'm an investigator, a journalist, really. Kind of looking around this place. Are you a native here?
I guess you could say that. Nice to meet you. Carla, was it, right?
Yes, Carla. Set the like cup down and kind of hold my hand out for like a shake. Sorry.
He offers it back to you, and as you... Do you take his hand?
Take it.
He does the very, very like courtesy kind of like, you know, reaching it up just a little bit like towards his mouth, but not kissing it, but just like reaching it up a little bit and nodding to you and then giving your hand back. He says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ismark."
Ismark. And
Yes.
you're native here, Ismark?
You could say that. I'm the son of the burgomaster here, or I
Burgomaster.
was the son of the burgomaster.
Oh, has he unfortunately passed? I'm sorry
Yeah.
for the loss.
Thank you.
I suppose it doesn't help to dwell. What good things are around here? Seems quite dreary.
Good things. If only there were good things.
Fair none?
Carla, this place is... This place is cursed, Carla. What can we do?
It's cursed. What curse? Who put the curse on here? I quite like
My
curse, but
father,
don't like them.
my
but-
father was a healthy man. My father might have been stubborn. My father might have been clinging on to a way of life and a vision that might not fit with everyone around him. But my father was a healthy man, and healthy men just don't fall ill and die within a week.
That is certainly strange.
Yes.
What illness did they think it was?
Nobody could tell. He just got weak. He was haunted by nightmares every single night. And
Why?
during one of those nightmares, he just died a couple of nights ago. It left
That-
me and my sister the way that it is.
Oh gosh. That's incredibly heavy. I'm so sorry. But I do think you're right. That does sound like a curse. I'm an investigator of sort of paranormal and weird, unexplained tales and stories and such. I write for the Violet Gazette. I don't think you import anything here from what I've seen, but I do work kind of in terms of figuring things out. So you were saying that he was clinging on to ideas. Did he get more vocal about them and then die? Does it seem like an angry entity? Perhaps a god that's unhappy with him? Sorry if this is a lot. I know people grieve.
No, I understand. It's the burden of being in the position that I'm in. Carla, he looks over at the bar. He says, "You're with these two over there."
Yes, they are Silverstars, the loon, the goddess. Good people. Quite competent.
People like you, and I hope you'll permit me generalizing the way that I do, but people like you and those two at the bar pass through this town every so often, and they talk to people, they visit people, and then they decide to go on an adventure and revolt against the Lord because he is evil, and they are never heard of again. It's happening every single time. And my father, when he was still alive, has often said that it's not a good idea to do that. But the last group of people that came through rallied a couple of the townsfolk and said that they would lead them to freedom. They took 3/4 of the people that lived here, Carla, in a revolt against Lord Strahd. They moved all the way up the castle, and we've never seen them again. And my father pleaded that they shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't cross Lord Strahd like that. It's been 2 weeks. And now he's dead.
So he sided with Strahd, but still died. Oh, well, first of all, I am nothing like other people you've met. I promise you that. Second of all, if on my way around here, I figure out what's happening to your father, I will... or what happened to him, what killed him, I will find out the cause. I will let you know. And third of all, thank you for all that information. It's good to know.
Perhaps I can ask you for a favor.
Perhaps you can.
My father died 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the events that preceded it, nobody is willing to help me to give my father a proper burial that he deserves. My father is still at our house, at our mansion, lying in wake. And I need a couple of people to help me to give my father the burial that he deserves. Would you, and he points at the bar, he says, those two, he looks strong.
He is.
You could help me to give him a proper burial. That is the least that he deserves.
Absolutely.
I can pay for it, of course, if it's required. But can you help me?
Absolutely, and I think favors for favors works out quite well. If you hear anything, if you find out any information about what we can look at in this area, let us know. I don't want to also incriminate you, especially considering your father. seem to die from that. But where's your mansion? Where could we find you?
It's just on the outskirts of town. If you want, I can show you. It's not too far.
Too far.
Is there anything I can? You're looking for information. I'll share what I have. What do you need? What do you want to know?
Madame Eva, what's her deal? Is she worth going to? Is she a crook? Is she real?
No, she's real. She's real, all right. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Tarot?
She knows so much. And I don't know why. The evidence is there, but I don't trust her. She's dangerous. I don't know. I don't like her.
And tell me, sir, this is awfully traumatic. Have you ever considered leaving? Finding life elsewhere?
Carla, how long have you been here?
I don't know. I got trapped in a house for a little while. I think about 3 days.
Of all people, that I am the one to have to bring you this news. Carla, if I could leave, I would be on the next horse out.
So people who enter can't go. I suspected as much. I suspected this place was not as it seemed. I am intending on finding out why, and I am intending on leaving at some point, so if my horse happens to make its way out, I'll try to bring you with me. And your sister.
Don't make any promises you can't keep.
I'm not making promises, I say I'll try. But we will also help bury your father. How soon do you need this done?
If there's any affairs you need to settle, feel free to do so. But my father has been lying in wake for 2 days. I don't want to prolong that any more than is required. As you can imagine, the mechanics behind it are starting to take effect.
Yes, I'll talk to my group. We'll see how soon we can get there. Thank you for being incredibly helpful. And I leave both glasses of wine and sort of scurry off towards the my two party members. As I kind of come over, what are they doing?
Eating. I'm probably finished the sweet potato pie, and I've sort of been leaning on the bar, watching at you just to make sure that he didn't do anything unsavory.
Did you make a new friend?
I've made an informant. That's what they're called, not informant. I've made an informant.
You found an infant. What?
No.
In disguise.
Oh, goodness. This
Sorry,
man,
go ahead.
His father came down with a strange illness. No.
Informants, babies in disguise. I'm so sorry.
What's happening?
I don't know.
That's a roll. I'm calling it. That's a roll.
I hate this. Terrible.
Right.
Amazing.
All right, you guys know the rules. Roll in the roll for damage.
9.
5.
3 damage. Oh.
3.
What's the DC to save?
I got a natural 20. I only crit my psychic saves.
Gotta use them up. Okay.
Anyway.
So yeah, you're
made
reading
an
pie.
informant.
Yes, possible informant. This man over there, his father randomly fell down with an illness and died after speaking ill, it seems, of the hierarchy of this place. He's also informed me that anyone who comes in here can't leave. And that
In here?
about 2 weeks in Barovia, it seems.
Oh.
So I think we knew. And on top of that, apparently a party showed up a few weeks ago, tried to rally the townspeople against the Lord and haven't been seen, so overall, we're getting quite contradicting stories around the place, but we should be careful with our words as we go forward about this Lord Strahd. But he has asked a request of us, and I know it might be off the beaten path, but I do feel quite bad. His father passed, and because he passed in an unsavory way, the people of Barovia won't bury him. He's asked if we would help to take him to the cemetery.
Cemetery again, eh?
Yes. Seems to be popping up again. I am interested to see what happens at midnight there, as the shopkeep mentioned, Mr. Birthguild. But I just feel bad. I feel bad for him.
When does he want us to bury his father?
As soon as we could. If we need to tie things up with Madame Eva and go, we probably would be able to, but a corpse sitting around a house doesn't leave a good smell.
I can imagine. Back home, a lot of the cemeteries, they're considered sanctified, holy places. I'm somewhat wary about being in somewhere so dark as this. I don't know what kind of churches they have, if they're upheld, if they maintain the sanctity of the places. He looks over at Casario and he goes, I'm capable of performing burial rites. Bartholomew showed me how to do that. I could perform the rites, but yeah, I could. If we need to do this, I could.
Do you think he would be a good ally? You don't have any yet.
He has money. He has a mansion. And an ally with money is good. Personally, I believe so, and any ally is better than none. And he is the only person in the last 3 days who hasn't talked to me in tongues. Everyone I've gone up to likes to smile and put on a face and revere Mr. Strahd, and seems to have a story that they're holding back from me. They're smiling through their words like they know a secret that I don't. He's the only person who's talked to me truthfully in days. I think he might be a worthy ally.
I understand wanting to, I don't know, get in the good graces of the locals, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, if we're here to talk to Eva, and if that doesn't pan out, then I imagine we have to get back home. We've still got duties to perform.
John, we can't leave. He's told me this place, people come in here and they don't leave. I don't know how your mother did it.
I mean, someone said that, and obviously I don't necessarily believe the word of some random tavern goer.
He spoke to me like he meant it.
I'll see about that. I'll see about that if see what happens if I try to leave. Can't leave. He looks kind of nervous as he says it, but he's like kind of putting on an air of confidence. Can't leave.
I think it's down to you then, Casario, Madame Eva's, or we help this man.
Well, we shouldn't backtrack, right? I mean, let's help him and then go on our way. Build up some goodwill.
Well, I'm fine with helping him. I would like to actually. It's been a while since I've performed a proper burial rite, but at the same time, I'm doing this to help somebody, not necessarily to gain an ally in a place that we're not going to be for that long.
Yes, you're very benevolent. We know that. You're benevolent and all that. Does he want us to do it now? Should you just ask if he wants us to?
Yeah, let's go with him. He'll show us where his house is. We might be able to get him to show us where Madame Eva is as well afterwards. So let's go introduce ourselves and put on your nice faces. He's just after experiencing a loss. I start kind of shuffling them towards him, explaining kind of that we are going to help him. Just lead the way. No time like the present.
So I guess we're following
Ismark
him.
is still sitting there, just drinking. Do you want to talk to him?
Yeah, but it's mostly just to say, like, we're ready to help, lead the way.
Fair enough.
As far as I'm concerned, Carla told me everything important.
All right. Ismark is glad to see all three of you, and he says, all right. Yeah, with the three of you, my sister helping out as well, we should be fine. All right. If you guys are ready, I will show you to the match.
I'm ready. Are you two?
Sure.
Yep. Following the ease, mark the ease, mark the ease.
Following the east mark. We go.
Walking out of the tavern, you walk all the way south along the southern road, and you reach together with Ismark. There you go. You reach the outskirts of a rather large house stretching out in front of you. Let me know when it's loaded in, but it should
It's
show
loaded for me.
Wonderful. The mansion in front of you looks like a large building. Like this building is like almost 2 times the tavern that you just came from. It is a little wary looking, however, but it does have a beautiful stone and iron fence around it, which is mostly rusted, mind you, but still, it shows that it's a relatively unique building. The iron gates towards the house are twisted and torn, and the right gate just lies cast aside, where the left one just swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Looking around the grounds, you see that a lot of weeds just choke the grounds, and the house itself just looks old and weary. What strikes you as odd is looking at this house is there are a lot of windows around, and they've all been boarded up. Without error, all of them have been boarded up completely. Close to this mansion, there is a couple of houses that are basically the end of this side of the village. So this house really sits at the very southern tip of this village. Ismark is in front of you and he says, well, this is where I live. I guess this is my home now. Welcome.
You're living here? This... Alright. Okay. It's
Yeah.
rather run down.
I mean, it's the best I can do with what we have. As I said, it used to be my father's, but it's now mine, I guess. Mine and my sister's. She should be inside.
How old is she? How old is your sister?
She's 24.
Actually a baby. Yes.
He walks to the double doors and swings them open and walks inside in front of you.
Hey, just following the man into his creepy house. Nothing wrong with that.
Walking into the house, you notice that the house itself is one of those places that probably looked absolutely stunning when it was first constructed. And it still kind of does, with beautiful rugs and paintings decorating the walls, a large fireplace with a bear rug in front of it, some beautiful upholstery and chairs. It looks good. But everything looks worn down and broken. What you immediately notice is that most of the windows that have been boarded up on the outside lie broken and smashed on the inside. Almost as if sort of like a battle took place. In the middle of this room, a coffin is placed. Ismark walks in front of you and says, well, that's him. That's my father.
I thought he was going to be on a bed or something. I guess I'm glad we don't have to actually put him in the coffin.
No, I mean, that we could manage, but to bring him all the way to the church is just... I can't do that. And I can't full well ask my sister to do that either.
Would you like me to perform the burial rite ceremony once we arrive at the church? Or do you have a local priest that would do that?
I'm pretty sure our local priest can do that. If you want to assist him, however, you can ask him, of course. I'm pretty sure that he will be more than happy to have someone assist him.
On that note, I've actually been wondering, I failed to ask anyone else we've talked to so far, do you have any churches to saloon in the area? I haven't seen one as we were looking for the tavern.
Saloon?
Yes.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm not that well versed in everything religious. Is she the saint of like the sun, or like what is she?
Casariel, if you will.
She's actually a goddess of the moon. Where we are from, she sort of helped create everything.
Well, we have the Morning Lord and we have the Night Mother. I mean, it doesn't like it's all the same, isn't it? I mean, I mean no disrespect, but I guess the Night Mother would be. Would you mean?
Saloon. Sure.
Yeah,
Fine.
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, again, I mean no
Oh,
disrespect. It's
no,
just. I'm
it's
sorry. It's not
completely
okay.
fine. We'll speak to the priest and learn more there. We can help with this for now. I'm sorry for your loss. Your
Thank
father
you.
lived in a very nicely appointed manner. I'm afraid I don't know much about you or your family, but I'm sure he was a good man.
He was. He tried to do his best, and as you're talking, on the right towards the opening towards the next room, a new face pops out. A young lady joins you. Looking at her, she looks immaculate. She has the same regality to herself that Ismark has as well. But she has like a perfect face with beautiful long auburn hair, and very strong eyes above some very red lips. She walks into the room and she says, "Oh, hi, Ismark. Who are your friends?"
I'm Carla Lilacott. I'm an investigator, and these are my two friends, Casariel and John. They are priestesses and priests of the moon goddess Saloon. We're here to help you take your father to the burial grounds.
That warms my heart. Forgive me. I'm Irina. Irina. You've met my brother, and well, this is my father.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It's been a rough couple of days.
Yes. I would like to ask more questions about that, but first let's help your father.
John is going to walk over to the head of the coffin. Is it closed completely?
Yeah, contrary to what you would see over here,
Right.
yes, it's closed.
Okay. So yeah, he's just going to stand there and wait for someone else to help him with the other side.
I'll go.
All right. Ismark will step in as well and help you lift it. It is not that heavy. It's just it's cumbersome to drag this all the way over to a church, but it's not that heavy.
So we're gonna lift it and bear it towards the church.
Right. Ismark looks over at Irina and says, "Do you want to come with as well for father? Like, it's the least we can do." And she slowly nods and says, "I will follow suit. Yes, we should let him. We should lay him to rest." Ismark is, partially handling this coven. He says, "Well, just all the way down the road, along the tavern, and then like slightly up the hill. You can't miss it. The church is right there. Shall we?"
Yes.
Okay. You all lift the chest, the coffin up, and from there you make a relatively slow procession all the way to the church. Is there anything you want to do along the road? Because it's just a walk.
So Kala's going to send out her mage hand to help lift some of the boxes. Well, not a lot, but just some of it, because she can't actually reach that high up when they're carrying it.
Mage hands don't have a lot of carrying capacity, but what it has, which I believe is about 5 or 10 pounds, it will be able to lift it. Yeah.
Yeah. So just provide any amount of support for those two. 3.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I'm going to hang back with Irina as we're walking towards there, just kind of respectfully trying to garner more information about what happened preceding her father's death. It was sudden, wasn't it? Brother said.
It was. My father was a good man, and he believed in what he did, and ultimately he just wanted to protect people, and now he's dead.
I'm so sorry. There was a revolution days before, your brother said, or a week or two before.
Yes.
Was your father involved in that, or?
He wanted to stop them. He told them they shouldn't, but when those people rallied up the townsfolk, and the townsfolk listened and answered the call, he couldn't stop them. What was he gonna do? He couldn't stop
He's one
them.
man.
Yeah. He didn't like it, but he also couldn't stop it. He was caught in between, and the day after, he got ill. It took him 3 days of being sick and having nightmares, and
He mention anything about what he saw in those nightmares?
I don't remember. It was a lot of screaming.
Insight.
No,
I want to see if she's purposely avoiding the question.
Go ahead.
Fuck. Okay. 9 plus 3, so that's 12.
You have a feeling that she's not telling you the entire story.
I imagine it's hard to muster up the memories. I mean, it's all happened so fast for you guys, and your home, the windows I noticed were busted in. Was that and people coming after you guys were?
No. I borderline believe that you're not going to believe me, but
I'll believe anything.
those were
Sorry.
wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah.
You know, you won't believe me, but a bunch of wolves chased us in here. Strange, isn't it?
There's a lot of wolves in the woods.
They don't coordinate attacks the way that I've seen them do, so this is quite strange. Everything here is really strange, isn't it? Were you born here? A
Me?
native?
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in Barovia.
Never had any thoughts about leaving? Your brother said that you can't.
Bittersweet, isn't it? If you don't know anything else, this is all there is. Until you
That-
meet people that show you that there is more than this, and then you wonder. And
Met
you can
many
do
like
nothing
that.
more than that.
Have you
Many more
met
than
those people?
yes,
People like us?
yes.
Does there seem to be a pattern of some sort? Have you noticed? I'm
kind
an
of pattern?
investigator. I'm a little curious about things that other people wouldn't be, but a pattern of strong people showing up, talking nonsense maybe about houses and ghosts, and then disappearing. Do any of them ever leave?
Well, there's a lot that disappear, but as we all know, you can't leave.
In one. No rumors about one person possibly escaping at all.
Oh, there's people that cross over. Those aren't rumors; those are stories. But that's not us.
Okay.
It's the Vistani have an option to leave this place and come back at their discretion. But it seems that they are the only ones that are able to do so.
Interesting. And is there ways to become Vestani that you could possibly leave? Is that a
Born.
loophole?
Be born as one, I imagine. Yeah.
That's all? Can't marry in and get the benefits?
I haven't tried it myself, have you?
Nah. But if the options become dim, I mean, we'll try anything to get out.
I understand. I don't know. What was your name again?
Carla Lilacat.
Carla, I don't know. Maybe I should just marry myself off to the next Vistani and see what happens. Like, what have I got to lose, right?
Maybe don't do that. We'll figure this. Something has to change. Change is inevitable. Now, let's continue on. I feel just a touch that I'm annoying you.
It's understandable. Like, in your position, I let's go to the church.
Yeah.
Are we almost
Drop
there?
the conversation.
This coffin's rather heavy.
You're doing so great, John. So strong.
Just for saying that, roll me a strength check.
Son of a- Oh my god. 5?
Oh God.
I got a 3.
You were at either end of that coffin, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you drop it. With a 5, yeah, you totally drop it.
Sorry, the church was farther than I thought. Is there any damage to the coffin?
No, but Ismark is looking at you very like disdain. Like, dude, this is the reason why I asked you.
It's farther than I'll just pick it up, and then he picks it up and he starts walking again.
Yeah. You walk through the village very slowly. The couple of villages that you see here and there near their houses or through the windows are all looking at you. And they're following you step for step, just with their eyes, just looking at you. Nothing more. Not saying anything, not coming out of their houses, not hiding away, just looking. Nothing more.
There was a parade in town.
Moving up the hill, you spot that there is indeed a small church at the end of the northern part of town. It's a relatively small building, and as with all the other buildings that you have seen, it looks grey, sagging, old, unkept. This church almost looks like it has weathered the assaults of evil for centuries, and it looks worn and weary. There's a bell tower that you see in the middle of the building, and there is some flickering light here and there that is shining outwards from the many holes in the roof and the windows that you can see. It's a church, but not much of one.
In here?
Yeah, just through those doors.
Carla, could you get the doors? Both my hands.
Oh, absolutely. And I go and I kind of rush forward to push the doors open.
Wonderful. You reach towards the church with
Good lord.
Irina and Ismark. There you go. And the coffin is sort of with you, of course. I unfortunately don't have an image of the coffin, but it is, of course, with you.
Imagination of the mind.
Theater.
Yes.
We are actor. Okay. Sorry. Go on.
You open up the doors, and beyond the door, you spot a hallway that lies basically in shambles. There's a couple of doors, left and right, along this hallway, but the hallway itself ends in the actual church part of this building, with a couple of wooden benches that have just been smashed about. The tapestry and the rug that you're walking on is tattered and old. It looks worse for wear would be calling it a compliment. It's just old. There's a faint smell of mildew around. It looks like the building itself is just rotting and old. And there's just debris everywhere. All the way at the end, in the chapel, you notice that there is a figure kneeled down and praying.
Someone praying, I don't know how to interrupt those.
You let's leave him in peace. Iskirk, where is the God, I can't think of the name for the building where you put coffins.
Where are we going to put him?
Yeah, where is the place where the ceremony will take place?
Oh, just bring him. Let's bring him up to the altar. I think Father Donovan will know what to do next.
So we're gonna bring him all the way up to within like a couple feet of the altar.
Yep, and just drop him down there.
Thud.
Gently place.
As
Gentle.
As you approach that,
What happened here?
the man that is sitting there, like knelt down and praying, just stops mid prayer and stands up and turns around, and you face an older gentleman with grayish hair and mostly balding, and a very dreary, droopy look in his face. This is almost like a man that saw combat, even though he doesn't look like much of a soldier. He looks like he's about to give up on life altogether. He looks at all of you and he says, "Welcome to the Church of the Morning Lord. I'm Father Donovich. How can I help you?"
We're here to bury this poor man who recently died.
Special delivery. Sorry.
Yes.
One day delivery.
30 minutes or your delivery is free. Yeah. That's
Or your next corpse for free.
God.
Let's just stay in Barovia and become like a burial site delivery service. We could do it.
Oh, it seems to be plenty of corpses. Business is good.
Yeah, instead of Domino's, Death Minnows, you know? Sorry.
Where do you perform Your burial ceremony, sir.
Burial. Oh, of course. Ismark, your father. Ismark looks at Father Donovich and says, yes, he passed away 2 days ago, and these people graciously helped out with moving him here. I want to put him to rest, Father. It's unfair, but it's the least we can do. Father Donovich nods and says, yes, I will perform the rites. If you want to help out, we can grant our late Burgomeister at least one ceremony before he has been laid to rest in the earth. He looks at all three of you. He says, just look behind you near the what used to be the seating area. There should be some books with the prayers and whatnot. Please help yourself to one, and we'll get this started. Please, I will get my own. And he starts to look on the altar for a book. Who wants to go and look for books between you three?
I'll help him. Prayers and ceremonies I'm trained for this.
Right. John, you very quickly, with your perception, you very quickly spot a little stack of 3 books that are about the size of what you would imagine is like a prayer book or something. And you just hand one out to each one of you. So one to Carla, one to Casario, one for yourself. Before that, I require you 3 to open up the document that I've sent to you 3. And the password for that, I will share with you 3 now, because that was a little secret until where we are right now. Let me just grab that.
Password is meat pies.
Your the first letter is actually correct. Wow, you have no idea. No, the password is. I'll throw it into the Twitch chat just for the heck of it. It's Morning Lord 42 with a capital M.
I was gonna ask what type of morning.
Just let me know when you have it open.
Damn. Sorry, I was gonna ask what type of morning. Uh-oh.
What?
Huh?
Why am I hearing? Am I hearing? Sorry, I what type of morning? Oh.
Someone is recording themselves.
Oh. Jesus.
It might be you.
Sorry,
ghost.
yeah. I'm sorry. For some reason, I had a Bluetooth speaker suddenly connected to my phone and started playing our audio. What are you playing at with your
difficulties?
What are you playing at with this password, Papa? What have you done to my Bluetooth phone? Oh God.
Also, if you fill in the password, it should just be one password. After that, you just pick a read only, and that should be fine.
I misspelled it the first time because wait, I misspelled it twice. Are you sure it's? Oh, it's not
Copy
uppercase
paste,
L.
babe.
I'm sorry.
I'll stick
I am. Sorry, I'm very befuddled. I've got things turning on in my background.
Ghosts are coming for you. Ooh.
Copy pasta. It's the best kind of pasta. All right, hymns and prayers.
Just let me know when you have it open.
It is.
I have it open.
All 3.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Well, for all 3 of you, the booklet that you have gotten from John is indeed a book of hymns and prayers. But as this has been just lying about in this church, as you can see, has been all but broken, rotting, filled with mildew here and there. These booklets are unfortunately not completely readable. So bits and pieces are missing, but you can luckily still make out some of the prayers and songs in this. Father Donovich turns to all three of you and says, I will just lead this. I understand if it's a bit hard for you, but I would love for you to just join in and help out to the best of your ability, of course. I will let you know, of course. He walks in front of the altar near the coffin and says, Oh, morning Lord, hear my thanks at the setting of the sun, for you have bathed me in your glorious light since the day began, and given me the will and strength to do your bidding. Forgive me for my shortcomings, as I humbly ask that you remain with me through the coming nights, watching over me in the hours of darkness, that I may wake refreshed with hope and courage to begin your work anew in the dawn to come. Praise be the morning Lord. And he looks very
Praise be
expectantly at all
the
three of you.
Norman Lord.
Yes.
And the light
Wait.
of day.
In the light of day. Wait. Oh, praise be the Lord and the light of day. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Lost my place. Bit of mildew here.
Yes. Let us sing from the Book of Lathander, hymn 375.
I don't sing, but I can play bagpipes in the background if you'd like. Never mind, sorry. I feel like these aren't participation events, I'm not too sure. Sorry.
And I confess that I follow a different path. So I don't feel comfortable singing praises at this moment. I feel like it would be a bit deceptive of me to try to pass off false praises.
The Morning Lord accepts trial. So, as a last burial rite, I would invite you to give it your best, because the effort is more important than the result.
If I perform the burial ceremony, if I perform any part of this, it's going to be the ceremonies that I was taught and that I know from Saloon. So for this matter, out of respect, I will observe and not interject my own. I apologize. And he's going to step back.
He looks at Casario and Carla and says, well, then at least you two will join in, right? Grant me, O morning Lord, a mind to know you, a heart to seek you. He looks over at you, John, like you're still standing there not singing along.
Yeah, out of character for a moment. I think from a technical standpoint, singing together on Discord won't really work out.
I think that's the point.
Join in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wisdom to find you. He looks over at Casario, noticing that she isn't singing.
My book is. I can't read it.
Conduct pleasing to you. Faithful perseverance in toiling for you, and a hope of finally embracing You.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest. I actually don't know where this is in what you sent me.
It's hymn number 375. It should be in your booklet.
Right.
Lord
Oh,
of
almighty.
light,
Felt like being at church for real.
you love everything you have made and watch over us with your unending mercy. We rejoice in your promises of healing, joy, and peace to all who love you. In your mercy, turn the darkness of death to the dawn of new life through your never-ending warmth that knows no shadow. And he looks at all three of you. The light eternal.
Eternal.
Be with you. Okay.
We meet here today to honor the life of Kolyan Indirovich. We give thanks for his life and ask the Morning Lord to bless him now that his time in this world has come to an end. Every one of us here has been affected, perhaps in small ways, or perhaps in transformative ones, by Kolyan Indirovich. His life mattered to us all. It is important for us collectively to acknowledge and accept that the world has fundamentally changed with his passing. We are all grieving. Life will not be the same, nor should it be. Together, let us open our hearts and commemorate the impact Kolyan has had on us. The morning gives us strength, and the morning gives us the morning gives us strength, and praise be the morning, Lord.
And the light be with
And
you.
the light of day.
And also with you.
Let us sing from the Book of Lathander, hymn 351.
Okay, there's the bagpipes
sir,
again.
I appreciate this, but is this part of your ceremony? Normally we use silver.
Please.
I was never very good at these. I can't even find the hymn. There's mildew in my pages.
I'm going to take his book,
Flip
flip to the page, and hand it back to him.
Okay.
John. Oh, John. Wait. And I gotta scramble in my bag for a moment. Is it... What do I have? What do I have in here? One moment. I know I have something else. Oh, Jesus, where is it?
You have glasses so you can read better?
I have a one of Carla's musical instruments that she has is like a little hand drum. She takes that out and she's like, "You back up my bagpipes, okay? Then you're not technically participating."
God. Okay.
Okay.
Saloon, this is going to be difficult.
Right.
Let's go.
He looks at the bagpipes and is like, just get this over with. He looks at all three of you and says, 351, please.
Yes.
O Lord of everlasting dawn. He looks at John and Casario specifically as they're not singing. O Lord of everlasting light, bring us salvation without end.
Mm-hmm.
For you are
Dun,
holy, you are right.
dun, 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 dun.
The night is long, but we keep faith. The absolution will come soon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cassara, you. And even though we are tested through and through,
Dun, dun, dun.
your promise shines bright as the moon.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think we make a wonderful pair. We should go solo after this.
Thank
Let
you.
us pray. Eternal Lord of Light, we pray for ourselves and for Kolyan Indirovich. We stand where darkness and light meet, where life is brought to death. Deliver us from grief and fear and doubt, from despair and unbelief, and bring us to the light of your presence. Grant us that peace which this world cannot give, so that we, with Kolyan, may trust in you and find our life through you. Master of the Dawn, you renew the face of Barovia. Gather to yourself Kolyan Indirovich. Sorry. Total break of character. I'm so sorry.
What was it? What did it? What in this madness did it?
It's like a Monty Python sketch. Good evening, all. We are here today.
We're really
Gathered
selling
here
it.
today.
Like you've actually attended church. I feel like people have actually attended church.
Like, Father, I get it. I totally do, but it's like going to a Catholic church and be like, I understand, I get you, I'm Jewish, I'm just gonna stand over here and wait till you're done, and then we can chat.
Jesus, holy shit.
That was madness. That's great.
Okay.
Was this meant to be like serious at all in your head, or was this what you were intending?
I'm not gonna tell you.
If we sing again, I need my tambourine back, or your tambourine back.
And grant him
A hand drum, please.
those things which eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart imagined. Great Lightbringer, watch over us this day and all days. Give us the strength to accept what is past, to appreciate what is present, and to look forward to good in our future. Grant us peace, sacred moments of communion with the light, and faith in whatever most expresses our deepest inner truth. Bless us and heal us. Breathe peace and grace into our lives. Praise be the morning, Lord.
And the light be with
and
you.
the light of day. And now I would like to ask those present to come forth and share thoughts and remarks on his life. And he beckons to Ismark to come forward.
Oh yes, his family are here.
And Ismark takes a couple of steps forward towards the altar. If I can actually drag him. There we go. Ismark looks towards you all and looks towards the coffin and says, my father
What was that?
was...
Did you hear that? Never mind. Sorry.
The
Did
crow?
everyone hear screaming, or was that from here?
I actually didn't hear any screaming in the game. If you're actually hearing screaming,
I am very sorry about this. Please continue because
yes,
this is a sacred
Carla,
time.
they're crows. It's fine.
It's okay.
Papa, you need to tell me right now whether or not that was screaming, because I need to go investigate. Otherwise,
Oh,
that was like horrifying.
Yeah, I didn't hear any screams. Was that you,
Okay.
Papa?
it
Okay.
it might be. My father was a great man. A strong man. He kept our village mostly safe, and when he was confronted with a task, not once did he wave. He took those in that needed help the most, and now he's gone. Goodbye, Father. Ismark points to John and says, your turn, please. And he steps back.
Go on, John.
John sort of says because, well, I never knew your father. But from what I've heard, he was had a very nice home, and he didn't weigh too much to carry down the street. He has two beloved children. Those two over there, I've forgotten their names. And he had a very nice choice of coffins. Casario, would you like to say some words?
No.
Good choice.
I think he was intending for you to do a burial. It's so funny.
No, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have any silver?
What was that?
Do you have any-
What's that? Carla's going to rush towards the window to see if she can see where the sound of that is coming from.
You, what sound exactly, Carla?
Screaming. She keeps hearing screaming.
It doesn't sound like it's coming from outside, actually. It sounds like it's coming from, like, around you. It's very muffled, but you can... It sounds like it's coming from around you.
Does anyone else look concerned, or is she the only one that's, like, concerned?
I'm very concerned for the speech that I'm trying to give.
John is, like, into his speech, so he doesn't notice. Casario, did you notice any of the screams?
No, it's hard to hear anything over the awkward that's filled this room for me.
Casario hasn't noticed anything.
She's up there going,
I just
"Jesus
want to leave
Christ, John."
so badly. That's all I can think about.
Carla, what's your passive perception?
13.
You'll notice that, like, once you started noticing these screams, at some point when you notice it, you'll see Father Donovich just closing his eyes very quickly and then just focusing on what matters here.
I'm going to kind of squint my eyes at him, and I'm going to start kind of like backtracking. Does anyone notice me moving around too much?
John's like pulling on his collar. I mean,
No,
Where's
as
he?
a
his
matter of
day.
fact,
Okay,
As a matter
so
of fact, no.
notice. So since John is doing most of the work up there, so proud of you. Doing so great. Okay, I'm going to actually sneak back here and try to take a peek within the doors that are around here to see if I can hear where that screaming's coming from.
I'll allow all 4 to open. And I will also show, if you're just peeking in, that's fine. The doors will open when you do.
Yeah.
You will notice that there are 2 bedrooms, a study, and a broken down room here. Looking in all 4 of them, there's nothing that immediately catches you as odd.
Okay. I'm going to pop in here very quickly. I'd like disappear out of sight very quickly. And I'm going to run towards the desk to see if I see anything kind of written there that's interesting. Keeping my ear out for another scream to see if it sounds closer or what.
There are a couple of candles here, a tinderbox, a block of incense, and a censer. Other than that, nothing that catches your interest.
I'm going to take the incense.
Sure.
And in this bookshelf here, does any of the names stand out of what's there?
The one book that stands out here are Hymns of the Dawn, which surprisingly is a copy of the book that you're already holding.
Does it look in better condition?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to pop out again and very quickly go down here and try to see if I can hear again, kind of closer to the door.
At the moment, you don't hear anything.
Okay.
And he had a lovely bearskin rug. Oh.
Does it sound closer or further?
Oh, it does. It sounds closer.
I'm going to dart into this room.
Okay.
Kind of look around. Do I see anything?
You notice that there is a trapdoor on the floor that has been shackled over by a couple of shackles. They look rusty, but solid.
Is there like a lock at any point in them that I could try and pick?
Very big one, yes.
I'm going to pull out the thieves' tools and kind of keep an eye on the door, and I'm going to try and like pick open that lock. Try and find out where that screaming's coming from.
Give me a sleight of hand check on that.
Oh, very good. Okay, 18 plus 5, which is like 1,000,000. 23.
Okay, you successfully picked that lock.
Okay. I kind of look down into this, like, whatever is there, and I'm like, should I? Oh, I'm here, but they're out there. This could be dangerous. Oh, okay. I'm very sorry to interrupt. But I need Casariel. I need Casariel for a moment. It's incredibly important. Continue on. You keep going, John. You're doing amazing. I'm so sorry for your loss. Casariel.
I'm so sorry about this. And I'll somberly walk back towards her.
Sorry.
As you walk away, Father Donovich continues. He says, Kolyan Indirovich is now safe. He is already on his way to a better place to enjoy all which awaits there. Let us say this final farewell to his body as we commit Kolyan's physical form to his natural end. And Kolyan Indirovich, we bless you and thank you for being part of our lives. We honor your life in Barovia and we pray for your peace ever after. We will not forget you. Go well into the light. And let's, together, most of you, sing from the Book of Lathander, hymn 388, please. And he looks specifically at John to join in.
I hold up my tambourine.
The hand drum.
It's a tambourine for me. It's got bells and clackers.
It's just...
In the darkness of the night, in quiet, desperate hours, I will bring Lathander's light and cast out evil with his power. When joy's fire flickers out Amidst shadows dark and gray, I will
Azariel.
announce with mighty shout the coming of the day.
Thank
You hear it?
fuck you called me in here. That
Do
was
you
the most
hear it?
awkward fucking thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Thank you
Do you
so
hear it?
much. What? Wait, what?
Looming. Do you not hear it?
Yeah, in my own head, it's like, fuck, this is so awkward. Like, I don't want to be here. This is the worst. I hear that. Is that what you mean?
Yes, but there's someone screaming in distress, but no one seems to be paying any attention to. It's getting louder. Do you not hear?
Do I hear it?
I'm shocked that you don't hear it.
I don't hear it in the game, if that's what I'm...
Oh,
I don't
Okay, there's like some really weird, awkward shouting.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not
Someone
weird
was
and
like in
awkward.
pain.
It's fucking terrifying.
Marissa, do you hear crows every now and then in the game?
I actually don't hear anything in the game right now.
I think
It might
you.
just be me.
I hear it, so I think it might just be if you go open up your
Yeah.
global volume.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there've been screams throughout our singing. That's
Oh yeah, nope, I haven't heard a single one of them.
It's been horrifying.
I don't hear
I've
anything.
been
You have
genuinely
truly
so
been
afraid.
blessed.
I have it turned down a little bit. So
No, I don't know. I'm not hearing any music, but
Imagination of mind.
yeah.
I think
Wait,
they might be outside, but they could be down here. And I point down at this little locked area, but I'm not very strong, and I don't particularly care for going down alone.
sure, yeah. It was locked before.
Yes, it was.
Spitballing here, you know, but it's a church, you know. Cellar looked. It's a pretty significant chain. I mean, it's not a small chain. You know, it's not like a little
Yes.
lock. So it's probably something pretty nasty down there. We could save John though. Have him come with us.
I think that priest might have something to do with it.
Really?
He was flinching every time the scream happened, trying to close his eyes and
Oh.
speak louder, so I think we
Oh,
might have someone trapped down here. But if
I
he
read that
doesn't,
completely wrong.
I could potentially be walking into a very bad monster lair. I'm not sure. Should
So,
we investigate? Should we keep John up there to keep him occupied while we go down?
well,
Or should we stay together?
what do you think? They're all in on it because if we leave John up there, there's 3 of them versus 1.
True.
John's found his natural calling.
Carlo's never getting that John back.
All right. Do you know what we should do?
What?
It's a bit awkward because it's a special day, right? But let's just pretend like it wasn't a funeral, you know? We would say,
Trying to pretend it's not. Yeah.
what's up with that screaming? Father, whatever your name is, and we would investigate.
All
You know? So it has got to be almost over because
I hope so.
it couldn't be much, right? So we'll wait till the end, and then we'll ask him, what's it about? You know?
You go out and ask him. I'll keep an eye on this. I can get out quick if something comes out, but I'll keep an eye. Just in case anything comes out or...
You sure you don't want me to keep an eye on it? You go out there. No, you're right. I'll go.
You're badass. You go down, you shut it down. You say it's in the order of saloon. If I go out there and say, stop burying this man, they'll think I'm crazy, which it's happened before. So, yes. Okay.
All right.
Which part? The stop burying this part or the crazy part?
Bit of both.
I'm just going to peek out.
She showed up to a couple of funerals she shouldn't have been. That's why she does. Anyway.
And pray that evil's growing horde will break upon your dawn.
Beautiful ceremony, isn't it?
O Dawn Master, support this soul, our beloved Burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich, for in his last hour he was faithful to you. by the strong arms of thy brightness and the fragrance of thy consolations, let thy shining mercy pour over him, and let thy own body be his food, and thy blood be his sprinkling.
Yes.
And let thy glorious Chanticleer and our own dear patron smile upon him, that in and through them all he may pass as he desire to live.
Pardon me.
In thy arms, in thy faith, and in thy love. Praise be the morning Lord.
Praise be the morning Lord.
And the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That too.
Or what's up, Casario? What?
Stop talking. So, I mean,
What?
they've stopped talking, so she stops talking.
Father Donovich looks at the rest and says, I think we should bring him outside now.
Yep.
I'm just gonna turn. I'm gonna turn towards John and say, Carla found a dungeon. Might be people screaming in it. Not sure. And then I'm just gonna keep turning back around, and I'm gonna head up towards Father Donovich. I also pointed towards the room that Carla was in, to John.
Yeah, he's gonna start walking
So,
down the
where
hallway.
do we bury the dead around here? In here somewhere, or outside, or how does that work exactly?
Oh, the cemetery. The Kolyanovich family has a family crypt.
Sure. Between you and I, Father, what the fuck happened in here? Yeah, it's like, looks like there was maybe some bad weather, or like,
Yeah, it's you know,
nope.
it's fine. That's like, you know, I just need to, you know, I just need to clean up a little bit. It's been busy.
Upkeep costs, am I right?
Yeah. All right.
Is this the time? Someone's being tortured down there.
Wait, what?
John.
Someone's being
You
what?
hear it? I don't know.
Oh, morning, Lord. We bless thee in the way we always know how, which is to ask the family
Right.
to lead us in the procession out of the church, as is the ancient rite.
John's
You
gonna
don't need to
come.
turn to that page in the hymn, because I'll just tell you. The family should lead us out.
Sorry.
And then
Sorry.
and then
I'm opening the fucking cellar door.
Someone's screaming. Someone's screaming. We'll be right back. Someone's screaming, and he rushes back and he goes through the door.
really sorry about this. Just gonna go make sure that
Father Donovich raises his hand but doesn't follow you.
He's down here, and
1 minute.
he's gonna open, and this is bringing back some bad memories.
Oh,
We're just gonna.
You guys want to go down there?
Casario, can you light me up?
actually, can you light this? And I'm going to hand her a bit of rubble.
All right, go quick. Yes, and yes, sure, of course. But
Do both?
quickly. Yes.
He sticks his head out. Will just be a minute.
There's like a funeral going on out there. Should we not?
But like,
Yeah.
it could
Irina,
be like multiple people's funerals if we don't stop whatever the fuck is happening.
There's screaming going on.
Irina and Ismark are just caught off guard by what you guys are doing, but they're also standing there with the coffin of their father. Not really sure what to do, so they're in place. Father Donovich looks worried as you stick your head around the door.
Yep. Just 1 minute. And
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna close the door. Is there anything I can barricade it with?
There's some rubble here and there, so if you want to, you can sort of make like a makeshift barricade, which, I mean, it won't hold everyone, but it'll probably work.
Okay. We've better go quick. Because...
Sloon saved me. And he's going to jump down.
All right. You don't have to jump. It's a stair. It's a stairway that goes from there. And that stairway leads, if you go a little bit more to the east of the map, it leads you to the undercroft of this church. It is a relatively small undercroft. And it has some rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. The wooden pillars that should be supporting the church look rotten and old, and they seem to strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. The candlelight from the chapel above shines through the cracks of the floor, and it allows you to see a little bit in this darkness. Predominantly, you see a lot of large cobwebs here.
Oh. That chicken.
Casario, can you light me up?
I will touch his weapon and cast light upon it.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
We can't move our characters in there, by the way.
Can't you? Oh, sorry.
Walls.
Allow me.
Thank you.
Yeah, do pardon.
There she floats.
Allow me. And 3. There you go. Boop.
Sweet. John's going to lead the way, holding the weapon out in front of him.
Oh my god. Does it sound louder or less?
It's loud as hell down here.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Hello? Who's there? Is there someone down here? Oh god, I hate this place.
You're lit up, right?
Yeah, holding up the light.
Like you have yeah. In the corner all the way to the northwest, you see, actually in the corner, a very small, thin, gaunt figure sitting crouched, almost like in a fetal position, but sitting on his feet and just holding his head, shivering his head towards the walls. You can only see his back. It's
John's gonna take a look around this place, and he's gonna look back at them, and he's gonna use divine sense, because this does not look like a comforting place.
okay. And that should tell you good and evil and what.
Good, evil, undead,
Sorry.
celestial, fiend. Gives me the location of them, and also anything affected by the hallow spell. That's it. Hallow spell and good and evil.
Yeah, not everything lights up down here, but as you might expect, that creature that you're looking at is like lit up like a fucking Christmas tree for you.
Can I hear? Does the screaming sound like it's coming from that corner?
At the moment, no, and not. But as you come down slowly and approach him, the occasional does come from him.
Carla Casario, that thing's not alive.
What is it then?
It's
only one of it.
he's gonna. So he didn't feel anything coming from any other direction, any around him. No. Undead.
How big is your sphere?
60 feet.
No,
Okay.
I didn't feel anything.
All right. I am questioning why you asked me that, but okay. He looks left and right and doesn't see anything else. He says, "It seems like it's just that." To be here in a church, this is an unholy thing.
You there? Are you all right?
He doesn't respond.
He's gonna creep towards it, holding his weapon threateningly. looking around to make sure that there's no other creatures, he's gonna approach.
He's screaming his lungs out at something, and then he's holding his head and just pushing his head down again, shivering as if he's cold.
Carla is going to summon her mage hand up from the floor, and it looks creepy as fuck as the skeletal fingers kind of reach up, and they give his shoulder just a little tap.
And as your hand does that, he immediately turns around on hands and knees and looks at all three of you, and he says, "I can smell your blood!"
I'm gonna cast Bless on all three of us.
You can.
Okay, yeah.
Relax. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help. Who are you?
You can't help me. No one can.
What happened?
I'm not gonna tell you.
You should.
You. And he points at Carla. You come a little closer.
Oh, I think you should come to me.
No.
And I'm going to cast Charm Person.
Okay, go ahead and try.
Is it humanoid? Does it look humanoid?
It looks humanoid. What did I say?
Okay. It is. Oh my god, what is it? It's a DC Wisdom 12 save. 12. Okay.
He says it.
Hit. Okay. I try to reach in. You kind of see the hand sort of creeps towards him, sort of reassuringly, and tries to wiggle its way in the purple mist, but it just kind of deflects out of his eyes. Oh, fuck.
And even though that would also mean that he notices that you're trying to do that, he seems relatively untouched by that. Even though it's very clear that you're trying to charm him, he's just sitting there you're the newest ones. Come here. I can smell you. I just want to taste. I've been so starved.
Looking closer at him, does he look like he's held back by anything?
Not at all. He's just sitting there.
Oh, so he can't come. Does anyone have a ranged weapon? I think we should make this a quick kill. Further away.
John steps forward, holding up the symbol of Saloon in his left hand, and he casts Bless on everybody, and a spark of light essentially travels to both of them.
That's cool. You already did cast Bless,
yeah.
right?
That was
reiterating
just a flavor of it, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So he steps forward and he says, "I'm sorry, but I need to put you to peace." And he's going
near
to
him. John, he just asked me to come near him. He clearly wants people. He clearly can't move out of that space. We need to kill him from afar.
Just one more step.
See what I'm... Use your brain, man.
He looks at the skulls and looks back to you. And
he's just licking his lips at you.
He's going to swipe his weapon through the air, and this wavering energy travels forward. He's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
I will allow you that, and then after that, I need to roll for initiative. Go ahead.
He's basically just going, don't get any closer. Oh, I actually hit my microphone. My bad.
That added a lot to the sound, to be honest. Okay.
All right. So, cool. This guy doesn't terrify me at all. Swearsies.
Scaring the shit out of me.
16.
Oh my god.
Should you roll your damage? Does it hit?
No, I utterly missed.
Oh, okay.
What was that, Papa?
RP.
How much did you get? I don't know how much you got.
I got a 8 with my bless.
Nope, that misses.
I'm not used to attacking from range. This thing doesn't work.
And he looks at you and he gets up on his feet as he was still sitting on all fours, but as you swiped at him, he gets up on all fours and says, "Dinner time." You can roll for initiative.
Oh, God. Scary motherfucker. That's a 9.
12.
Great.
16.
Let me also set the stage with some music. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Aren't you also glad I can't leave anything alone? God.
We'll talk.
You. He's gonna say, "You ruined my song." I was doing such a
Hit
good
him with
job.
those tambourines, John. Hit them with those tambourines.
Good idea.
Frisbee
Sorry.
it at his face.
I'm sorry. I always get antsy at church.
Okay, roll call. Well, how much did you get? Carla?
Oh, a 9.
9, yep. Casario?
16.
16. John?
12.
Wow. Okay.
Are we fucked? Are we dead?
Who knows? All right. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Okay. A creature in the corner, standing up on his 2 feet, just jumps forward and says, "Mine!" And he jumps forward towards John. And he tries to bite and claw at you at the same time. His bite attack is a 25.
I think it might hit.
I'm so sorry.
That is a total of 13 necrotic damage. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 7.
Alrighty.
He also does a claw attack against you, which is a 13.
Uh, 13 does not hit.
All right, so that misses. The bite attack, however, that took a good chunk out of you, and some blood is on his face as he looks at you and he says, "Good, more."
I'm gonna need some help with this one.
Casario, your turn.
I will. That's a shock. So I'm going to just conjure some energy in my hands, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at him. That's an 8.
Total? That misses.
Yeah.
Did you add
With
bless?
bless?
1d4? You never know.
All right. Okay.
Try it. 12 may hit.
12.
Still misses.
Okay, maybe not.
Good to know.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna stay here.
All right. John, your turn.
All right. The swipe didn't work, but John's really good up close. And he's just going to lay into him with all his might. Great Weapon Master attack.
Go ahead.
And that is... Oh, okay. So that's an 8 on the die plus a 4 plus... That's total 16.
Your weapon makes an arch and hits him on the side. Tell me what happens with that.
Okay. So let's see. I'm laying into him with a smite because that was a hefty blow. Bless doesn't add anything to damage, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. 3, 4, 7, 2, 9. And then so Divine Smite does an extra D8 against undead, correct? Does Divine Smite do the extra? It does an extra D8 against undead. Does this count?
It sure does.
Yes, it does. Sure does.
Alrighty, and that is 1d8. Go. Sorry, I'm using dice that I'm not used to use. 3, 4, 6. Woo! Okay, so I got 9 plus 6, 15 plus 7. I got 22 damage.
Beautiful. That takes a good chunk out of him. 22 total, right?
Yeah. So Kazariel, her guiding bolt, instead of hitting it, actually, like, as my weapon was raising up, it hits the weapon, and the weapon like glows fiercely, and then he slams it back down, impacting it with all of the energy.
Love it.
Nice.
A bit of blood, even though he has some blood on his face of like biting you. Some blood on his body, it just splatters off like he's bloodied.
Oh, good.
All right, he's not gonna move because, like, this guy's essentially like eyeing him fiercely, and he knows he's gonna make himself a target if he moves. I'll hold up his weapon.
All right, Carla.
Okay, I'm going to dart a little closer very quickly, and I'm going to say, hello. Why, you look like you haven't heard many stories in your time. And I'm going to use my bonus action to determine my tail. I got a 2. And, you know, you probably haven't even seen any action either. And I pull out one of my daggers, twirl it around, and I'm like, do you know, I fought against a duelist once. Oh, the most interesting stories he could tell. Unfortunately, he was a little predisposed with being dead, and you see a second hand sort of come out as the tail of the renowned duelist sort of fills her body, and this sort of ghostly hand comes out with like a rapier, and she's going to make a slash attack with her dagger for that is 17.
Yep.
Yeah, and with the renowned duelist, very cool thing, it is 2 of my die rolls, my inspiration die, plus my charisma modifier, plus my regular attack. So
Correct. It's a very strong attack.
Yes. So you sort of see her hand reach out with the dagger, and then a second hand joins it, kind of a ghostly purple apparition with a rapier. So we've got 3, that's 6, 2, that's that's 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 2 is a 13 damage to him as these
Beautiful.
2 out at him.
He leaves a gaping hole on his chest. Like you've hit him quite severely.
It's almost the size of my neck hole.
Kind of.
Yes. Wasn't that fun? And then toodaloo and step back. I'll take the opportunity attack. Oh no, I won't. I'll stay within his range. Never mind.
Okay.
He hits hard. I don't want 2 attacks against me.
It would just be 1, but still, yeah, it would be an opportunity attack. You're gonna stay there?
Stay there.
All right. The creature in front of you just angrily looks around to John and then to Carla, and Carla being the last one to hit him. He just angrily looks at her, and as he's looking angrily at you, that wound in his chest just closes up almost completely.
Fit.
He says, I've never tried one of you. Come here. And he bites you.
How exciting.
Or at least he tries to. For 14.
Doesn't hit. Used to hit.
Right.
Doesn't hit anymore. Let's go.
Totally misses.
She's not used to the size, no. Tries to
He
duck out
raises
the way.
a hand and swipes at you. For a 23.
That sure does hit. She dodges out of the way, but it comes right into his claw. Oof.
That is 8 slashing damage.
Do hurt. It do hurt.
Casario, your turn.
So I see his wounds closing up.
Yes, at least partially.
Okay, I'm going to this might take my whole action, or I don't know if it'd be a bonus action, but I took a silver knife from the Durst house.
Yep.
I'm going to load it into my crossbow, my Moon's Hand crossbow, and fire it at him.
So you're gonna makeshift a silver dart. All right. As always, cool. So we're gonna allow it. I'm just thinking of the mechanics.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a hand crossbow, so I imagine that like you would just load like a, arrow into it. I'm just gonna try to load the like.
See, the thing is, a silver dagger is heavy, and a hand crossbow bolt is lighter. So I'll allow it on the premise that you're gonna have to roll it with disadvantage. If you're okay with that, I'll allow it with disadvantage. If it hits, that's fucking cool.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, that's 13. That's a natural 1. So.
Bug. Oh.
Yep.
Hey, honey.
Your silver dagger shoots off and hits one of the wooden pillars and is stuck there. So
It lands like
dagger
a
isn't
2
lost,
inches.
but it's there.
2 inches from my head. I'm like, sorry.
Perfect. Wait, no, that's great. Now it's closer to me. That's awesome. Okay, we can take it. We can work with it. We'll make it work.
Okay.
We'll make it work. It won't be in vain.
Cool idea though. Like holy shit, if that
Very.
would have worked.
Shit.
Anything
that's
else?
so cool.
Nope.
All right, John.
All right, seeing the dagger right next to me and like, what the hell? I'm gonna say I noticed Carla, her eyes like light up, and he's going to reach forward and try to grab the thing and hold him, essentially using the help action, hold him for Carla to hit, essentially like wrestle him. Just gonna use the help action, basically.
Okay, so that means that you want to give Carla advantage on her next attack.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'll allow it. Anything else?
I think that's all I can do.
All right, I have to ask. Carla.
Okay, I'm going to reach up, pull the dagger out,
Yep.
and I'm going to try and slash at him again.
With the silver dagger. Yep.
Silver dagger, yes.
For
So
dynamics,
that's-
it'll just be a push dagger attack, so you can just use those for reference for now.
Okay.
But you can do
perfect.
so with advantage because John is helping you.
Okay, there was a 9 and a natural 20. So we're going to go with the natural 20 for a...
I imagine so. Yeah, you got a
25,
crit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hits, and that does double damage
Ooh.
because it's a crit, and it does double damage because it's silver. So 4 times.
Oh, so what if I roll, I multiply it by 4, or do I roll 4 times?
You can roll 4 times.
All my d4s, let's go. Okay, very good round, okay. 6, 4, 10, 3 is 13, plus 3, 16. 16 damage.
You cut a wide line all the way from his belly all the way up to his chest.
Yes. And as that's sort of there, I'm going to try and kind of call on another ghost and use my bonus action to determine my tail now for the next round.
All right, go ahead.
Oh. Okay, I'll use it.
We lost her.
3. Okay, what's 3? What is 3? What is 3? Hold there. Because this might determine whether or not I have to move. Okay. I'm going to, because this one is not an action. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, so I've determined my tail, but just know, on the next round it's going to come into effect. Okay, go on, go.
Yep. All right. The creature's turn. He looks at both of you, and Carla again, because you were the one hurting him the most. He looks angrily at you, but his wounds don't seem to close this time. But he angrily looks. He says,
Blood lost means blood needed. Come here.
and he bites at you. Nope. For a 12.
Nope.
Nope. And the claw attack for a 25.
That sure does hit. That sure do hit. Oh, that do
That-
damage.
That is 8 slashing damage to you.
I'm not looking too great, guys. I'm really not, but thankfully, what I rolled is...
wonderful.
Thanks.
Casario, your turn.
Did we skip John? Did you go?
No, I go after you. Yeah, I helped Carla.
Okay. Okay, so seeing that happen to Carla, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say nope. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Thank you.
Okay.
I owe you my life. Literally.
Oh wait, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. So 1d8. So that's 7 points of healing.
Thank you. Oh my god.
And then I'll back away and take some cover.
Okay. John.
All right, so seeing as it worked, I'm imagining that to help, he basically had previously put his weapon up to the creature and tried to like hold him up while Carla stabbed at him. It worked, and then he got free, stabbed at Carla, and so now he's going to use his weapon again to try to like. I'm gonna make a booming blade attack at him, but just I kind of want to like trip and smash. If this works, it'll be great. Booming blade, baby.
Right, go ahead.
Not great weapon master attack. I really want this to hit. Oh god. Okay. Where's my d4? Okay. 9 plus 4. That's a 13. So I missed utterly and hit the wall.
Yeah, you hit the wooden pillar next to him.
Taking a beating today.
Oh yes, that pillar is about to go.
Oh god.
Give. Yeah. No, that pillar isn't looking too good, guys.
That's all I got.
Carla.
Yeah, so the tale that came to me was the tale of the beloved friends, and you see her sort of like kind of try to call on spirits, but what ends up happening is she just kind of like reaches her way towards her like hat a little bit, kind of pulls it down as it glows a little bit purple, and she goes, "Come on, Lavender, give me strength." And me and John both gain 8 temporary hit points each.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's a roll of the bardic die plus... Alright. Okay. 8. Okay. And with that, I'm going to use my action to wipe out at him again with the dagger.
Silver one, I imagine?
The silver one, of course.
Remember,
Right.
bless?
Oh, I actually need that this round. Is that a d4?
Yes.
This is a d4.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so that is 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 5, 15.
Hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So it's double damage, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Not great. That's 3, that's 6. 6
Damage
points
is
of damage. Through.
Oh god.
And I'm going to take the opportunity attack and sort of dart away because he is hitting hard.
As you step away, he says, I need you! And he bites at you. For a 24.
That sure does hit. Fuck. At least I got some points back.
That is a total of 13 necrotic damage.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. There, I need to bring it down. 13. Okay. Gotcha.
Even though you used silver weaponry on him, you see that as he does that, some of his wounds seem to close.
Oh God.
The creature itself's turn, and he turns his attention to John and he says, "What about you? It's been a little while. Come here." And he bites you for a 21.
Damn, yeah, there's nothing I can do to avoid that.
Right. That is 13 points of necrotic damage. And he swipes at you with his hand for a 13.
That doesn't hit.
You taste nice.
I'm looking real bad.
Oh God.
Casario, you're up.
Oh, for fucking sake. I'm gonna run up to John. I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Please, Sariel, we need to put this thing down.
Yep. I already said it. I'm casting Cure Wounds. That's 8 points.
All right, my hit point
And then
maximum has been reduced, just so you know. So I can only be healed so much.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna back very far away from this very dangerous foe. As far as my... Yep. There I am. That's it for me.
All right, John, your turn.
Something's got to get through. And I'm going to swing.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's a little better. And with my extra D4, that's 15 plus... All right, that is a total of 19.
Hits.
And so this one was like, once again, I'm doing the same thing, Booming Blade, which doesn't necessarily add any extra damage, but let's just see what I get. 5 plus 2. I'm gonna burn my last spell slot on one more Divine Smite. Okay, 5 plus.
Go ahead.
7. Okay, cool. Sorry, math is hard. And I got a total of 11 plus 5, 16.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That took a good chunk out of him. He wasn't looking that great, but he's starting to look even less great.
All right,
Carla.
Yeah. We need to take this thing down now.
Yes. I'm going to kind of use my movement to sort of get a clearer line of him. And I'm going to send out my dagger, just sort of through my hand, the silver one, to hit him.
You gonna throw it?
I'm going to throw it at him, yeah.
Okay, you can.
Okay, 18 plus 5 is 23.
That hits, yeah.
Cool.
Double damage.
Cool. Okay, come on, double 4s. Let's go. Okay, you know what? Not too bad. I'll take it. That is a 10 damage to him, just, and it kind of lodges in his side.
Okay.
Thanks to the air.
That hurts him, and he quickly pulls it out and casts it aside onto the ground. But he doesn't like that. Was that it?
Cautious. Yes, that's it for the moment.
As I said, he threw the dagger aside and he looks at John, and bloodied as he is, both from biting and eating and from his personal injuries that doesn't seem to close up at the moment, he says, I need you. And he bites you for 20.
Damn, I have no spell slots. I can't cast shield. That's got me.
13 necrotic damage.
Nope.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 7.
Okey-doke.
He also swipes at you with his claw, and he does so for a 25.
Yep, that gets me.
And that is 8 points.
And John takes the claw to the forehead and immediately slumps over.
Ouchie. Casario, your turn.
Should we kill it? Should we run? Take John and go?
I'm going to bonus action. I see my friend go down, and bonus action. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon behind it, and
All
you
right.
see a very large glaive appear, just sort of like out of the shadows of the floor, and it takes a swipe. That's 20, dirty 20.
I don't have a token for it, so you're gonna have to. We're gonna have to theater of the mind that, but yeah, that hits.
Okay. Here. Okay, so that's 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay, what happens?
Thank God.
Oh my god.
It's exactly enough.
Yeah, I see John go down, and I'm like, ugh. And I cast spiritual weapon behind it. This very imposing glaive kind of like comes up behind him, and it begins to just cast a shadow over him from like the tiny bit of torchlight that's behind him, and you just see it swipe, and his head just clean off.
And it's just gone.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna run over to John.
The head of this creature rolls to the side, and as it does, it sort of starts to crumble and dry out, as does the rest of his body. And within seconds, his body and his head return to a form that looks like he's been dead for 100 years, if not more.
As the fighting comes to a stop, I like skid to my knees in front of John and kind of like give his face like a come on, and cast Cure Wounds on him. So that's 1d8. 5 plus what? Plus 2. So that's 7 total health points back to you, John.
Thank you. Which at my current health point maximum is half my health.
Oh, hon. Oh.
A rousing battle that was indeed, and as you are recovering from your battles in the undercroft of the church, you're gonna have to see what that does for you next week.
I hate this place.
Yes. We're already overtime, but holy shit, that was
wow.
tense. That was tense.
I have a feeling
Sorry.
we weren't supposed to do that.
Sorry.
It's fine. Wait.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't want to die in a place like this. Not like this.
Yeah.
Not here. That was a good session. So, I actually thought that I would have to tell you guys that next week we were going to have to do something different because of plans and whatnot. But those plans have since been revoked, so we will be back next week.
Woo! Right. And on time. And on time this time. I'll actually be on time. I promise.
Well. Look at that.
No worries.
And on time. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed playing this. God, there is so much more that we're going to have to show you. But we're getting it.
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Everybody who's watching in YouTube, can we get some F's in chat for John, who is now the squishiest... The squishiest... yeah, 4 sevens. Squishiest character in this team now. So... he's gonna have problems.
Yes.
And please feel free to put in what your favorite moment in there was. Was it Carla socializing at the bar? Was it us gorging ourselves on meat pies? The odd funeral procession through the town? Or my singing or tambourining? Please feel free to add what your favorite was. I'm gonna add mine.
Oh yes, I know mine. This was fun. All right, we'll catch you guys next week.
Thank you all so much.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.